Okay, I think I've got it going.
James Cameron movie.
She's here for the manager, and she's done asking.
I might do a better drawing of best spoil later tonight when we're done with session if we're wrapping up early. So we'll see about that. Oh wait, this is the wrong document. I shouldn't be looking at that.
This is the wrong dimension.
Wrong dimension. Okay. So, last time we played, you ended up going into the library and going into the underground area, and after some trial and error with a rather cryptic puzzle to unlock some doors, you managed to open some doors in the library. And you found technically Taliesin found an orb, which Suka now has. And you also found a sword, which appears to dislike everyone who's not of elven blood, for reasons you can't really understand.
Racism. It's a reason we can all understand very well.
But why racism?
I'm just messing.
That's the thing.
And
sorry, continue. I apologize.
Yes. And then you left the library, and you guessed it was the end of the day, and went to take a long rest in the city before trying to continue on forward. You took a guess at what you thought the symbol might be for opening the code of the door. And you shut yourselves in various different rooms in this little abandoned city area. You've got Bjorn off in the corner having issues. He's over there having issues. You have Suka and Hvitserk who buddied up together. The two dark elves buddied up together. And you got the last three in one of the houses. And in the middle of the night, Taliesin appeared to have been visited by his patron deity.
Straight up got yeeted.
And he, as far as all of you know, he just passed in his sleep in the middle of the night.
I think his soul got yeeted.
Something happened, and I believe he left a note that was left in his hand.
Don't waste your life?
Yes.
It said, if I remember correctly, it said, I wasted my life, or I'm sorry that I wasted my life, don't waste you.
I believe it was specifically, life is short, I wasted my life, don't waste yours like I wasted mine. I think
yeah. That's what it was. It did have life is short.
Yes. So you all are waking up after taking a long rest, and Jasuk and Taliesin doesn't appear to be rising.
Can I roll to see if he's dead?
Sure. Roll a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Medicine meme.
Medicine check. But this time, even if you don't get a nat 1, he's still dead.
You get a nat 1. Oh, he's just sleeping.
Oh my god, he's dead!
No, you think he's sleeping.
You think he's just in a really deep sleep, like so deep you can't really see his breathing, like he's almost in hibernation, but you think he's just asleep.
Okay.
Legit.
At the moment, from just kind of glancing at him, you both just think he's really, really deeply asleep. You're just kind of glancing at him, not, like, trying to wake him up or anything.
Do you think
Oh
that
my
we
gosh,
need to
guys, I
wake him up?
died.
He looks so peaceful.
Well, there's no time for sleeping. We have to get out of here. Hey, Taliesin. It's maybe sunrise. Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
There is no response.
Fucking kick him.
Reach over, just kind of shake his arm a little bit.
How long would this
Is
have
it
been?
cold?
That's what I'm thinking.
Rigor mortis.
That's what I just was thinking. Is rigor mortis sitting
mortis.
in, or is it too soon? Is it too?
I mean, rigor mortis is like only takes a few hours, but
Yeah.
like the thing is
It
like
depends on heating and stuff.
He's definitely
Yeah,
cold to the touch.
I don't think he was this cold before. Hey,
Maybe he needs a
Hvitserk,
blanket.
Suka? Can either of you come here for a moment?
Yeah. I was gonna make breakfast, but sure.
You had debris blocking all of the doorways, FYI.
Oh, shit.
You,
All right.
you barricaded all of the doors.
I rolled to door.
What?
Can we unblock
Did you
the
hear
door?
something?
Yes, you can easily unblock them because you blocked them up. You did that until in the middle of the night, like you would be able
We'll
to.
move it out.
Alright, we move the stuff away.
Yeah.
Is it blocked from the outside?
No, it's blocked from the inside.
Well, we're
Bjorn,
asking if
no,
Bjorn.
Bjorn. I'm asking
Blocked
Bjorn.
Oh.
from the outside.
Did Bjorn like pile on more shit? No, he didn't. He stayed in his room
Okay.
scratching away.
I didn't. I was awake all night, but I did not do that.
No, you stayed in your hole scratching ravings on the walls.
Yes.
Scratching the true
Never
shadow.
more.
Or whatever. Shadow of the true
The
self.
shadow is
What
the true
is it?
self.
Yes.
I
Just-
believe Taliesin is sick. He's not waking up.
Oh, I have some herbs in my backpack. Maybe that'll wake him up.
Suka, you were still obsessively polishing your ball.
Yes.
The big
I
sting.
think you were able to fall asleep. Bjorn wasn't.
I did fall asleep.
Yeah, you fell asleep, but now that you're awake, it's like, you gotta get back to it.
I noticed it, there was a smudge on it. and
Yeah. You maybe drooled on it a little bit while you were sleeping, and now
That
it's just
smudge
like,
is what killed him.
I guess we should wake him up and get going, but...
Yeah, I tried to shake him awake. What, are you gonna give him a kick or something?
No,
Well,
no, no.
I'm too
I
busy
got
right
much
now.
more simple ways of doing it.
I'm too busy.
Like, go and get some really foul-smelling herbs out of my backpack. I'll go over to him. Can I make a medicine check?
yes,
We're
you may
done.
make a medicine check.
He resurrect.
He's dead.
I'm to check if dead, basically. Was what I was hoping for the medicine check.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm doing a thing.
Sorry, hold up.
Yeah, wait, I should...
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Okay,
forgot to send it,
I
my bad.
should have done a thing, but I didn't do a
This
thing.
is a perfect moment for him to
but
burst
yes,
out of
you-
the chest like alien.
So you put the herbs, you put the herbs in front of his face, and nothing happens. You
There we
don't
go.
you don't even see like the nostrils flaring or any sign like he's breathing
Wait,
it in.
where's the note that you left? Is
In
it
his
in line
hand.
of sight?
It's in his hand. It's like his hand is like very definitely in a fist.
Well, I'm not sure how this happened, but do you see all the flies over his body?
There's no
When
flies.
someone dies, the flies are the first to know.
There are no flies.
It's
a
the
metaphor.
lizards he had on him.
Oh yeah, all of my pet lizards are
The
now
metaphorical death flies.
All his pet lizards are eating him. in
I'm
morning.
imagining like DayZ when someone dies, just like a swarm.
Shoot, get off, get off! And I just try to flick away just the
Wait,
I
lizards
think
that are
he's
eating.
dead.
Did-
I think he's dead. I don't know
did
how.
I make a mistake here?
What? Let me check his pulse.
No, it's
I'm gonna
here.
do a pulse checking check.
There's no.
You can't find one.
You can't find one.
I actually
You
I
have no
think
clue
I know
where-
how.
You're like grabbing his thigh and grabbing his upper arm, looking for a pulse.
He's dead, Jim.
Head Jim.
Did somebody sneak into your room or something last night?
Not that I know of, no.
Bold of you to assume that someone could have snuck in.
He has this note here, right? That he
What's it
wrote,
say?
and I just kind of hold up that.
Life is short. Sorry I
Mhm.
wasted mine. Don't waste yours.
Jasuk has to read.
Yeah.
Life is short. I wasted my life. Don't waste yours.
Proceeds to keel over.
It's cute. It's a curse note. No.
Wait,
What did Jasuk
no, is
write?
he
Well, he
actually
must have-
dead?
He must have known it was coming somehow.
Did he kill himself?
Hvitserk, you have a really high passive perception, correct?
Yeah, 22.
You hear footsteps in what
Hey,
appears to be
what is
whistling
that?
down
There's
the
somebody
hallway.
coming. Everyone, we gotta figure this out. Somebody's coming. And I immediately, peek around the corner.
Conjure silver arrow.
I hear. Is that whistling?
You hear whistling.
Hello? Who's
That-
whistling?
Is
Who's
that
there?
Woodstock?
Is Taliesin awake yet?
So,
I do not think he's going to wake up. He's dead. He must have passed in the night.
What the?
What is that?
What?
What do we see?
Oh.
He's dead.
what do you
Oh.
say?
This thing right here?
Yes, what, Matthew? What
Is
do you
that the
say?
mole?
It's a-
Approaching at this really kind of like measured and slow pace with a kind of like a soft whistle. Coming out of the kind of hall, I guess, is this kind of like heavily robed figure. It's big, like bulky, like think like a 4 foot wide frame, but like no taller than like 6 feet tall. Like this thing is almost as wide as it is tall, and just heavily robed. You can't really make out much detail other than just kind of like massive robes. Sticking out is this kind of like, you know how we have like those lampposts that have like the big kind of bulb at the top where the like candle sits in it.
Mm-hmm.
Think like that, but as a handheld version, and about the size of a mace. So, you know, this kind of like metal, kind of like held thing with a candle in it. It's unlit currently, but there's kind of like light orangey candle in it. And it's made of like this deep wrought iron, very darkly colored. And the robes themselves are black with a bunch of like light orangey kind of gold detailing. There's like, and there's this big kind of piece of slate with like steel edging. That's as a shield, kind of like held like off to the side a little bit. And he pulls his head back, and you see a head that looks kind of like...
He pulls his hood back?
He pulls his hood back, and emerging from it is this dark black alligator snapping turtle-like head.
Oh, no.
That just has a really big heavy mouth with a big heavy jaw. But like the hood normally covers it. But like this big heavy mouth, heavy jaw. Is jet black skin with some like soft white specks all over it, and just big heavy eyes.
Has anyone heard of this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, anybody know of this race before?
Roll nature/history, whichever one you prefer.
The guy with a 7 in nature.
The guy with a 7 in nature rolls a 9. Ouch.
Man.
Highly intelligent.
None of you actually really know anything about it. It definitely looks like a turtle. Most of you are able to discern that. Aside from Suka, you really don't know what this is, man. You have never seen anything like this. You've never even seen a turtle. But the rest of you know turtles, and this sort of looks like one. But aside from that, you really don't know what it is.
Well, hello. What the hell are you?
Who are you, and what did you do to Taliesin?
What?
What did you tell us?
Taliesin?
Are you saying talisman?
No.
I only wear one.
No, what is
no,
a you?
I don't think you had anything. We had a accomplice by the name of Taliesin. He passed in the night.
Oh, well, that's the one I was sent here for.
What the
What
Taliesin
are
is
you
dead.
talking about?
Well, I am
And
afraid
he kind of puts the shield kind of like he like lifts it up and puts it, and it has this weird kind of awkward angle, like it's hanging off the back of something like big and bulky. But he kind of hooks it into place with a strap across him and rolls up his sleeves, and you see these big, heavy, like claws, like massive ones.
Meaty claws.
And he just kind of pushes up these sleeves and puts this mace on his hip, and he pushes up these sleeves, and you see these big, heavy claws. And he waves. He's like, "Oh,
Look, hold on. So Taliesin is dead, which is a pretty big fucking surprise. And
Yeah.
this weird beaked-headed thing walks up.
I'm here to help.
the hell
that
is going
soul
on?
Find its peace.
But
Find his pee.
his peace.
Find his peace.
how did you know
And
about
his
him?
pee?
What? How did?
What? Why does
Do
he
you know
need
what
to
happened
pee?
to him?
He had
I
to pee.
am a guide. A holy.
You are
You're
a
a
god.
I am a guide.
What?
Does anyone in here speak the language of the elves?
I
This is a
speak
weird
the
tongue
language.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
and then switching to Elvish, she's like,
Hello. I'm here to help this soul pass on.
Very well. What do you intend to do? It seems the soul is no
I'm
longer
here
resident.
to do the burial rite.
Well,
But we're already underground.
don't
I'm
be.
here to do the rites as put forth by my god. I served Ozzy for her.
Is that the god that?
Yes.
That's the god that you guessed was in the temple. The third one
When-
who wasn't
Or no?
Hobby.
Is that the name of the god that Taliesin served, though?
No, Taliesin
No.
served More.
I
Did we
appreciate
test
the
the
sentiment, but I believe Taliesin would not have wanted this.
Well, why do you say that? I am a berry. Under.
Isn't
I
who am I
died
to argue, I
long-
guess? And
Wait,
I
wasn't the one
gesture
that
into the
behaved
room.
with Hage?
Yes. Oh, wait. Oh, are you
Yeah,
still
Hage
speaking
was
Elvish?
really-
Why are you guys speaking Elvish?
It's a magical language.
And then back in comedy, he's like,
Well, the language of the elves is a little easier on my tongue.
and then he
That
kind of
takes-
like lulls out this kind of like pretty heavy pink.
Whoa. What the?
It's not like
God.
frog level to where it like like hangs out, but like he like
I'm
kind of like sticks
imagining
it out.
snapping
like,
turtle, where it's like a weird little worm thing.
Exactly, it's almost exactly like. It's like a little bit too big for his mouth almost. And it's got this kind of like wriggling look at the
Ugh.
very end of it. And then he pulls back in.
It's kind of hard to do common, but I'm trying. It was learned mostly through books. So some would be pronoun, little ward.
Well, if your intentions are as you said they are, who am I to oppose? And I just kind of gesture into the room.
Insight check.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you want to see if he's lying in Elven?
What the hell
Wait,
is
can you
going
speak Elven?
on?
Lies in Elvish.
I want to make sure that he's actually wants to bury the body and not doing something weird like a necromancer shit.
Yeah, that's
Matthew?
exactly what he wants to do is bury the
Alright,
body.
that's good.
Yeah.
I should do
He
that due
goes
diligence.
into the room and you guys look as like he like pretty easily lifts Dallas' body and carries him out. And he goes up into the tunnel a ways, like over to hereish. And you watch as he sets Taliesin down gently, and you watch as these claws just dig into the rock and start burrowing it away, making a pretty much a grave-sized hole in the side of the wall. And he gently lifts up Taliesin's body, shoves him back into the hole, and then starts filling in basically with these like claw-sized boulders and kind of like fills it all back in and shoves it all back into place.
Are you telling me Taliesin seriously did?
He's dead.
I think he's dead.
Well,
I'm
that's
sorry for sending that to you, Matthew.
That's just
I'm sorry,
great.
not sorry.
All right, I'm gonna go polish my rock.
And he pulls out that candle once again, and this time it's like lit. And he's saying some prayers and stuff off to the sun. Kind of blessing it. From what you can pick up, it is kind of that elvish. It is elvish to a certain degree, but it also mixed in some of those old elvish words. Not very well, but kind of here or there. I mean, in the same way that you would see like a priest nowadays kind of mix in Latin occasionally, and like a Catholic church. And it's just kind of like, it takes about 10, 15 minutes, but does this kind of like prayer over it all. And then kind of just, it, like the candle just kind of goes out.
Well, it's a more elegant solution than what I would have been able to provide. Bag of holding till we get to the surface.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I hate
Well,
that.
to be fair, it's now empty due to
Wait, we
recent
could cremate
shenanigans.
him. We could cremate him if we had the bag of holding and the
Unfortunately,
Hage stone of heating.
We
Well,
can
I
still
went
use
off
the
to
body
check
down
on
unfortunately, the Hage
the
stone is
hole.
why he's no longer with us. So
You hear the
I went
still
off to check on that.
you can still see orange light going from inside the temple. It appears to be a little calmer, but you can still feel the heat and see the light from inside the room. But it's a little more
allow me
bearable.
to abridge my previous statement. Not bag of holding to the surface. We give him the hole.
Yeah.
No.
No, I just.
And then is Bjorn out in the open?
Bjorn?
Or is he still
No.
kind of, like, losing his mind in that room?
He's losing his mind in that room, peeking
Yeah,
out every
all of
once
you
in
who
a
are
while.
kind of like chilling in here, you can hear, I guess, the kind of scratching noises from Bjorn drawing on the walls. It's
My character
unsettling.
kind of just like walks around the room, and then using the.
Oh, be careful.
thing that
He's not in his right mind.
I'm gonna go ahead and do detect good and evil, which allows me to see a few special things.
Ooh.
Let's see. Anything aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you. Similarly, if there's a place or object that has been magically consecrated or desecrated, the spell can penetrate most barriers. 1 foot of stone, inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood.
So this may be just me being dumb, but consecrated, desecrated definition for both, please, just so I'm clear.
Anything that has to do with holy or demonic, respectively.
Yeah.
So basically,
holy
the temple would likely show up as holy.
Just kind of like anything in the
Although
area
the
that
temple was
unholy.
desecrated. It was
But it
desecrated
was
by Taliesin.
demonic
But-
sense. It's just a normal desecration.
You
It would be like an old temple that was. I don't know if an evil act would an evil act desecrate it.
A
It would
desecration,
depend on the DM.
desecration
give me a
would
moment,
also
I gotta
include
pack
destroying something in a temple.
Well, yes, technically,
Yeah,
like,
anything that has to do with
in real
destroying.
life it does, but in D&D, I don't know if it would. Is what I mean.
I think desecration is
I
more
think it
kind of like
should.
the opposite of
so
consecration. Same difference.
you're
I want to
walking
spell
around
straight up
where?
called defecation.
Okay, simply put, anything holy or unholy, respectively, in the air.
That's a good.
So if that sword is demonic or possessed in any way, the sword would light up. If there's anything wrong with the two
Don't
dark
eyeball
elves,
my
it would light
sword.
up.
What the heck?
The sword.
Things like that. Anything in the area that's kind of like holy or unholy, respectively.
Okay, would you only detect everything like in this map, or would you be able to detect stuff like farther down, like where the temple is?
Within
What's-
30 feet.
I would do a lap around this room, just to kind of like,
Kidding.
just kind of like with my mace candle lit.
You probably
kinda
would
like
not
walking
detect
around the
anything in the
room.
temple room then. So you do detect the sword, and the sword is a really odd mixture, where it's sort of holy, but it's also like not quite demonic either. It's like almost like the best way you can to describe it, and let me make sure I'm using this term right. Let me check that.
Would it be unholy?
Mm,
No.
Because even like celestial also can. So like celestial, elemental, fey,
It's-
fiend,
it's
undead,
got, like,
aberration.
faint traces of like celestial energy, but they're faded, but it's mostly concentrated like handle area, as if something holy touched it. But you also like can almost detect some sort of malice from the sword itself.
Okay. So like if it had a certain kind of soul trapped in it though, it would I don't know if it'd register as any one of those things, but like if it had like a god soul or a demon soul trapped in it, it would register. Does that make
It
sense?
doesn't appear like anything like that, but
Okay.
there's something is fucky with the sword. Is the best thing you can tell.
Yes.
I don't like that sword.
I really like this sword.
Well,
Probably
okay.
doesn't like you very much either.
I've got some good news
That
and I've
might
got
be
some
right.
bad news. Good news is I can fix your friend. Bad news is he's a little screwy.
What, Taliesin? Who are you talking about?
No, the one in there scratching the walls.
What
Yes,
about
Bjorn.
Mr. Pet Rock?
What?
Mr. Pet Rock and his pet rock. Where did he go?
Oh,
I
yes,
went
Suka.
off to the temple.
Yasuko's gone at the current moment. He's
I'm
in the
doing
temple room.
something over there.
Well,
Did Suka
what
die
was his
too?
name? What was his name? And does he speak this language?
Which one? The one that walked away, or the one you haven't seen yet?
No, the crazy one.
They're both
He
crazy.
speaks
They're
the
both
language,
kinda
yes.
They're both
Okay,
crazy.
what was his name?
Bjorn.
Bjorn?
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
You've got like a little twist to the tongue. Bjorn.
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 Enough. That's cool. Let's.
He'll get the message.
Bjorn.
He'll
Oh,
get
no.
the message.
Abby's gonna make horny bees now.
Bjorn.
No, that's Seth's
Well,
job.
Bjorn.
I'm not making horny bees. I would never put that in.
Bjorn.
Pathetic.
Not horny bees, honey bees.
This language is hard. Bored. Okay, I'm just gonna knock.
For the rest of this session, try to say Bjorn's name.
Just kind of go over there and knock on the door. Just...
And Bjorn, you hear this knocking at the door.
I don't answer.
Hey, I can fix your brain.
I don't answer.
They said you got cursed, but I gotta touch you.
He's not gonna trust you. We already tried.
No, break and enter.
Let's see.
Okay, I have
do
good
now?
news and I have bad news. I can fix him, but he's screwy, like I said earlier. And I have to touch him. So,
Should we break
I
down the
can
door
turn
and grab him?
invisible.
Wait,
If
do
you
we
guys
have
can get
any,
him out
like,
here.
can we just force the door down?
Or
Or wait.
I didn't
That's a
lock
great
it.
idea.
Through the wall.
Wait a minute. I think I've got this. I'm just gonna. Can I see him through the? Actually, no. I don't think I even have to see him for this. Let me just check.
I mean, I'm pretty sure all we hear is like scratching noises and stuff, right?
Yes.
Well, now he's stopped.
Okay. Well, I am going to move a little bit out of sight of him and use message to speak into his mind. Bjorn, I am inside of your head. Your house is no longer safe.
Interesting technique.
Prankster for good measure. Okay.
We are all around you, Bjorn. You might as well come out.
I would like Bjorn to make a meme check just to see like his sanity level. Like,
I was just
I
gonna
think that would
do.
actually be an insight versus deception.
Yeah, I was
Maybe,
gonna do
yeah,
insight
whatever.
with disadvantage.
yeah, go with that.
Insight
Insight
disadvantage
disadvantage.
versus a deception check.
Alright.
Do your deception.
Yeah.
Oh, the house is haunted, Bjorn.
Almost natural.
They're inside now.
Now here's the question I'm asking myself: is the house more or less haunted than the rest of the place?
Meme check.
Meme check.
Coup time.
Meme check. Wisdom check.
Me.
See how crazy you
Meme
get.
check.
Oh, very
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
The inside's very bad. They are right inside. They are like almost inside your butthole.
Jeez.
For the sake of the people living here, I'm not going to. But Bjorn runs out yelling, and he runs this way. Unless you stop him.
I was gonna try to grab him when he came out of the door.
I was gonna
Yeah.
gonna try and get in front of the door too. Sorry, I forgot. To do
Yeah.
my
Get him, Zoidberg.
I'm going to attempt to just go ahead and do remove curse. All I have to do is touch him.
That's a good idea.
Okay. But can you touch me?
This is the question.
That is a
It's
very
too
good
dodgy.
question.
I was gonna try to grapple him as he came out. Can we grab him?
I'd say then it's like
I'm not gonna try and tackle him.
I
'cause
guess
he
that
wears
would be
hedgehog
like
armor.
contested athletics versus acrobatics or something to like Bjorn wiggle his way
Well, he
out.
could also probably use strength too, which I'm gonna lose. But I was just
Is
gonna
strength
try.
or
I was just-
athletics?
I was just gonna kind of like swipe at him with my hand and try and
Yeah.
touch him.
I mean, you
not
could
hurting
do
him,
that. That
but
would
just
probably
trying
just
to
be a
touch
flat dex check with maybe him like doing acrobatics to try and dodge it or something.
I was just figuring just roll against his armor class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's a
my
good way to
kind
do
of
it.
guess.
Yeah, that can work.
Can my
Okay.
attempting to grab him to slow him down count as advantage for the?
Yes, because he would
Okay.
have to be dodging two people, so that's making him needing to pick between which one.
So yeah, there's the athletics. Not well.
Don Masca.
Does a 13 or 15 hit, Bjorn?
Neither of those hit my armor class.
You're just lifting off his purple spiky carapace.
Yeah, your claws can't.
Or is it blue carapace? Is it blue
No, it's
spikes?
blue. That's right. Yeah.
True.
Cool.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can't
then
seem to
Thing
touch
is, I
him.
haven't been grabbed yet.
No, no one's tried to grab him. He has a 9 athletics.
Hvitserk, do you want to attempt to grab, or do you want me to?
Yeah,
attempt
that's
to
what he
grab?
was planning on doing.
I mean, I was gonna attempt to grab, but
I rolled my athletic.
Yes.
I don't know, like
You people can do whatever the fuck you feel is appropriate to try and
You've got
grab
like a
this slippery
50-50
dwarf.
chance of trying to do this better than him.
Grab
Yeah.
roll athletics to grab.
You're probably gonna do better.
Like you have a better than 50% chance of.
I'm out.
I want to try to grab him by his little feet, so I don't get like stabbed by his armor pads.
Okay.
Dexterity.
Or do you have spikes on your feet?
I assume he runs down the hall towards the big door.
Yes, but I'm moving at my full dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
It's
so
gonna be
you
a
know.
dead end. I'm
The
just.
rogue can catch up because he can.
If you're running the way down the
Only
door.
go one
Yeah.
way. There's no way down.
So,
What,
Mr.
Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot. So Bjorn, if you're
Como
running down that way
arigato,
with your full
Mr.
dash, and
Robot.
you come to the door where there's the crystals, and there's no other way to go. You can go straight back where they are now blocking you, but you are cornered now.
I'm gonna go ahead and before I walk
That's
down
why
that
I went that
hall,
way.
I'm just gonna turn invisible. So I just disappear.
I am hyperventilating against the wall.
Oh
And while he's just hyperventilating against the wall, I'm invisible. I'm going to approach and I'm just going to touch him on the chest, just right as
no! Do you
I
want to
come
make a
visible.
stealth check? Does Bjorn
just
want
remove-
to do a
remove
perception
curse.
to try and see this invisible thing, or do you just want to let it happen, man?
I'd let it happen.
I
just
mean, yeah,
because
he's
I don't see
hyperventilating
it.
against the wall. He probably isn't in a state of mind to be vigilant
Nah.
for anything. So, yeah, you can touch him and do the thing.
Okay. So I invisibly touch you, and you are no longer cursed. It is
Is it a
completely
curse?
done.
Does it a curse?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword
Okay.
cursed him, remember?
No, I
He
didn't.
was
I don't
he
remember.
was cursed with madness.
Okay.
Wait, let me double check that. To be
We said when I asked last time, I was like, so would the remove curse work or the remove curse spell work? And you were like, oh yeah.
I
Oh, good.
think so. I'm just double checking.
It can work,
But
if it's a curse, right?
If you
Oh, yes,
want it
wait, yeah,
to.
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
no.
if you don't want it to, I guess we could deal
No,
with
I
trying
just
to
I was
get
looking
rid
at
of
my
this.
document.
but now my
It's-
question is,
You're good. It says it can't unless by remove curse, greater restoration, or wish.
There we go.
So you're good.
Nope.
I just wanted to double check to make sure I wasn't pulling something out my ass. And yeah, Suka is still missing. FYI.
Yeah.
Now to find the other crazy one.
Did I see him walk away? I mean, he wasn't trying to be stealthy, right?
Yeah, I stormed off in a huff, sort of.
Yeah,
I don't
towards the
know
direction of the
what
temple.
you are, but thanks.
You're welcome.
What does
Yeah,
my
that's pretty
sword think
cool.
about turtle people? I want to ask him.
What does the sword think about turtle?
Hold up, what is the
Ooh.
name for this?
Does Sword know about turtle people?
That is a really good question.
Well, what do you think of the turtle people?
Gosh darn newfangled
Did
races.
we come up with a special name for these?
Yes, I
feel
did.
like
I
they-
gave you a special name.
It's just a
Okay.
turtle.
No, I gave you a
They're
special
called
name.
turtle people.
Where
But in Norse.
did you lose it, or do I need to give it to you?
Lose what?
I am trying.
I found it.
I'm scrolling. You keep talking your thing.
So you ask the sword if it knows about turtle people. Kind
What
of
it thinks about them.
what it thinks about them.
It's its opinion on turtle people.
Oh yeah, I remember the name now.
Turtle people. Not very familiar with turtles, I'd say, but
Hello.
it's similar in color to the
When did you become
turtles.
Mr. Popo?
I don't think they're as bad as the other races. but they're
Bjorn.
still-
You got your name?
What?
Bjorn? Is it Bjorn or Bjorn?
Bjorn.
Bjorno.
Bjorn. It's not
My favorite
Bjorn.
pizza.
Bjorno.
It's not barbarian, it's Bjorno.
I hate that so much.
The sword
Where-
pretty much, the sword tells you
Where
like
is Suka?
it doesn't hate the turtle people. It's still not its favorite, but it's like they're tolerable. Is more the feeling that you get from the sword.
They're not dirty, stinking humans.
Kinda. That's almost the vibe you get. Yeah.
You have a hard time with this common, don't you?
It's rough, yes.
Just go with bear.
I got a big tongue.
Yeah, just say bear.
Bear.
Bear. Well, bear. It's a pleasure.
And he sticks out that massive kind of clawed thing.
I'll give you a handshake.
Shakes it nice and good.
Well, were you good friends with the talisman?
Define friends.
So probably not.
At one point, maybe.
Oh, I hate that, Lewis.
Depends on the time period of his life.
Lewis,
and
I hate
life.
yourself.
That's all I'm going to
It's
say.
the only thing I can think of whenever you say the tongue thing.
Anyways, I would just say it depends on the time period. That's what I said.
Well, my name's Don. Don Maska. It's a pleasure.
All right.
Suka is still
So,
missing.
The fuck are
you
you?
worship anyone?
Alright, I'm going after
What?
Suka while they're over there.
I'm gonna go after
Okay.
Suka too.
Okay, we
Do you
got
guys worship
so.
any gods or?
I mean,
Oh no.
And then I start following after them, just kind of like in this waddle-like pace.
I
I
mean,
think everyone's going after Suka.
Yep.
I have to praise Vagar or he'll sink my ship.
Okay, so everyone is going to the temple area, and as you approach the temple, the heat and like the glowing orange that had been coming from inside the temple, it's gone now. Do you enter?
I enter
I dare to
hesitantly.
enter the magical realm.
I make a I would like to make a perception check.
Sure, go ahead.
No perception from me, just enter.
I'm just gonna enter the magical
I am
realm.
not going in that temple again.
Okay. So you can see, you can manage to like make out Suka's figure in the temple. And he seems like he's still polishing his rock, but there's no more heat. There's no more like bright glowing light. Suka just seems like he's chilling. He's like sitting a little bit on or he's like kind of kneeling. You can like barely see him up the steps. But he seems like he's okay. And Doth just fucking enters the temple.
Suka, I figured out how to clean your rock forever.
What did you say?
As you enter the temple, you notice the crystal is back in the chest of the statue, and the heat is gone, and the bright glowing is gone. It's just resting back in the chest of the statue, and it's just lightly glowing now.
Any evidence of chiseling?
There's still the chiseling and everything, but it appears to be back in the statue, and for the moment, securely put in.
Does it look like there was a spot on the floor that had just been like,
Oh yeah,
melted?
there's like a spot like right in the middle where it's like there's an actual noticeable indent where it was probably sitting overnight, along with like molten rock that appears to be cooling down.
Oh man.
So you undesecrated the desecrated temple.
Look, the turtle man knows how to clean your rock forever.
Turtle man.
All you have to do is let him poke you.
Well,
How will that clean my rock?
I have to do what now?
Hold on a second.
Fix the crazy man. He has the big crazy too.
No.
He looks
Explain
pretty
everything
normal to
clearly
me.
and logically.
Okay, you see, the turtle man here is blessed with knowledge, and he can impart this knowledge to you if you accept.
The knowledge of
Does
Polish.
he wish to
The
become a
knowledge
worshiper as
of
well?
Polish, yes.
Wait, what did you say, Turtle Man? Your tongue is really big.
I'm sorry. Do you wish to become a worshiper?
Of what?
Well, of the great.
Of the great? What?
Yes. My
Of
God.
the grape.
Your god is a grape?
No, not a grape. But a grape.
Of the
I see.
grave?
The great. Like big.
But what's your god?
Oh, the
Just
grape.
don't listen.
And then he
It's the
points
great.
over. He points over to the previous statue that had the kind of like antlered shaman
Oh.
over near the dancing people.
Well, why didn't you just say so?
Oh, for her.
Yes. I see.
Guide of the
No.
balance between light.
I'll pray to all gods, but I won't just follow one. And I guess if I would
Well,
follow
that's
one,
fair. I am specifically a priest.
Go ahead and remove the
all right.
curse, and then you can talk about.
What are you talking about, the curse?
No, he's
There is
cleaning
no
the
curse.
curse.
There's
I'm
no
cleaning the rock for you.
The curse of knowledge.
Is this stone cursed? Here, can I see it?
No, the man. Straight up the dude. The whole ass dude is cursed.
What are you guys trying to pull on me?
It's just a straight up the
We're
whole
trying to
dude
help
is
you.
We can see that
Look.
you're having a difficult time with a rock, so we would like to help.
Yes.
I'm very confused. He
You guys
seems
weren't
normal.
really much of a help yesterday.
I have
with
to do the
Taliesin
same thing that you did
and this
to
big
the little
glowing
man.
rock over here. It really did fuck all.
Taliesin is no more.
I know that.
So, what is your problem now? With what can we help you?
It's just a.
It's
It's just annoying, all right. Just leave me alone.
Can I introduce myself to you?
Don Quixote, please, just remove the curse.
Don't go!
Look.
Don't go!
Okay. You guys called him a turtle man. First of all, what the hell is a turtle?
Well, okay. I feel very insulted to a certain degree.
Look, you can call me like Red Pointy Boy if you want to. Okay, I'm sorry, Tortoise Man.
I'm joking.
What is your race?
I have
anyway?
heard
Is it
tales
racing?
of turtles, but I have never seen one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I am a fur goddess.
Fur goddess.
No. Fur colors.
Furcalus.
Furcaros, I believe.
Furcalos.
Furcalos.
Or carrot.
All right.
Okay,
I'll
got
just
it. I
take
don't know
your
how to
word
spell
for that.
anyways.
Hard. That letter is really hard to say. F-O...
Especially since you have no lips in the big tongue.
Maybe you could use your tongue as lips.
A...
That's an idea.
O...
Well, how to put his tongue around?
So you say that if I let him, who's a holy man, touch me, he can cleanse me of
Well,
this
I
stuff.
don't want to touch you like that.
No, he's
Look,
not.
just shake my hand. It's a pleasure to meet you. Name's
I mean-
John.
Look, hold on a second. Hand holding
takes out a
before
hand.
marriage?
He sticks out a hand to shake.
It's not a hand holding, it's a hand shaking, please.
That's the same.
Yeah, he's much more of a head pat kind of guy.
All right. I'll grasp his forearm.
Weird,
Roman-
but okay.
No hand holding.
With
And then he
absolutely
kind of wraps
zero
his-
sexual tension.
He wraps his claws around your forearm, and you feel a slight squeeze as he's like,
Okay.
and then you watch like the candle
Slight
in the
squeeze on
mace
his
kind of
arm.
glow on his hip.
I squeeze as hard as I can.
You just one of you squeezes the
check.
other's arm and like leans forward and just Hail Hydra.
No. You watch as the candle in the mace on his hip like lights and flares, and then kind of just out, and then you remove curse.
You no longer want to polish your stone.
No,
How are you
I
feeling?
suppose that's adequate.
It looks clean enough now.
Language. Is my
Guess I'll
grammar
never
most
get it
on
clean.
point? I've been reading for the last.
The true gift is to know that it will never be clean, but to accept that and move on.
Thank you, Jasuk. Now, Turtle Man, what were you saying before Jasuk rudely interrupted?
No, he's not
That's
turtle
like the
man,
low
he's
key
a
like
fuck-
dad passive aggressive
He's a
comment that
fuck a
Suka
lot.
just made.
Well, okay. So first of all, it's not fuck a lot. It's a focus.
His name's
He's
Don.
a fucking ass.
But
You
what's
just
your
call
name,
him
Turtle
Don.
Man?
My name is Dawn.
Dom?
Dawn.
Dog.
Like the
Okay.
early morning?
D-O-N. Don.
Alright, Dom. Anyway,
Do you live down here, Don? Like,
Let's
we
get out
slept
of
down
here.
For days. Do you know where
Wait,
we
what
are?
happened to our elf?
They've been chilling
yeah.
back in the main room because there was shouting and trying to grab a dwarf, and they're just not really sure what to do, man.
Yeah, that's
Good they weren't here to have
Understandable.
pets.
Are you ready to go?
Do you live down here, Don, or where did you come from?
Yeah, I live down here.
Are you gonna go back to your home, or what? Can you help us get out at least?
I'm on a spiritual journey.
Do you know how to avoid the ass rocks?
I'm on a journey to see all of the holy sites. I am a great priest.
You do know about the ass rocks, actually.
What are you talking about?
They're,
Do you know how to avoid the ass rocks?
They're called, they're called rock dwellers, commonly, but you actually know about them and you know they're bastards.
Those little folks? I hate those.
They're bastards, but generally,
They're
as
kinda
long
neat.
as you keep your distance from them, they generally leave you alone. But they're also like,
For the most part, as long as they don't come for me, I don't have to kill them. So, we've reached a pretty good understanding.
Okay. So, I'm trying to get Quevin and
Yeah.
Jasiva together.
Oh,
Jasiva.
Pretty good memory.
is she okay?
And then we'll take
What's wrong with her
her.
leg?
It is
It's
broken.
broken.
She broke it before we met her, actually, like a long time ago. Like, how long was
she
it?
broke it.
You're not gonna be able to fix it through normal magic. I've tried.
Yes, we ended up trying that, and it really didn't work all that well.
Well, I mean, they didn't make it worse, did it?
Well, I mean, yes, it didn't make it worse, but it didn't make it better.
What's broken?
Well, it made everything else better.
leg.
Her lower leg. She's unable to stand on it. We kind of got attacked by.
Is it the bone?
Yes, it's the bone.
Oh. Well, I have an idea, but it might hurt.
What is the idea?
Oh.
I mean, we already
can-
set it.
We did set it, yes.
I can mend the bone.
mending
Excuse me?
cantrip strikes again.
I don't think that works.
I
That-
double
Mending.
checked. I double checked the wording. It would be valid in this case.
Would it be?
Touch an object that has a tear or break with no larger than like 1 inch.
Can
Can the
leg
mending
or
spell
one
mend a
foot in
broken
any dimension.
bone?
And
I
if
think-
I can touch the bone, it's fine.
Oh.
I can repair the bone just
That
by
is
tapping
true.
it.
If it hasn't already healed up and you cut away some skin to get the bone, technically, yeah.
I fucking
You're-
I
hate
mean,
it.
I
just
can
googled
I
it,
can
and
literally
you're
just
right.
insert my claw.
I literally just googled it to double check, and you are correct. I fucking hate that, but
Oh my god.
oh my god, yeah, you
If I
could do
can
that.
touch the
Dang, I
bone,
could
I
have
can mend
fixed
it.
this day one.
Well, you probably couldn't just reach through her leg.
Well, no,
I have
but I could
claws
give
that
her
are
the
capable of
stabby
digging through
stabby.
stone.
And-
Mhm.
But I have
So-
surgical precision with my Dathan fingers.
oh, ew.
That's
The
that
Darth,
fingers.
So
the Darth
how
in
would-
fingers.
How are you
That's
trying
the fingers.
to fix
Darth
her
fingers.
leg?
Dathngar. The fingers.
Well, guys, I figured out what we're gonna start calling Daddy Fingers. Darth Fingers.
Darth
No.
fingers.
Uncle Touchy is now Darth Fingers.
If you would either need to
No, it's
explain
Darth
what you're
in
gonna do
fingers.
to her, or you're probably gonna need to hold her down.
Well,
I'll
I
be
can-
ready. I have
Feels
I'll have
like
some
I can
healing
fix
spells
it.
ready while you
Just
get
how
ready to
and
fix it.
stab her, like what you gonna do?
I'm just gonna.
I'm just saying, like, you're going to
If you're
intentionally
gonna
be
hurt
putting your
her-
claw into her leg. She's not gonna be happy about that if she doesn't
I'm
understand.
gonna give her a little leather piece to bite down on and tell her what's going on.
You need to explain
It'll
to
be
her
fine.
in Elvish, because remember, she doesn't understand.
I
common.
speak telepathically.
Oh, yeah.
I,
Yeah, then you're able to explain to her, and she seems very
I-
skeptical.
In Elvish, I'm like,
This is going to hurt a lot, but I can fix your leg.
I really
Try.
like the switch in accents between languages. I approve.
Darth fingers, Darth fingers.
This is going to hurt, but if you trust me, it will be over quick, and I will heal you up.
She actually kind of looks at you and seems to like look over your turtle face and actually seems to have like a moment of recognition, and nods kind of hesitantly. Like Quevin is kneeling next to her, kind of like holding her hand. To reach
he
her.
reaches under the cloak and pulls out this big, heavy kind of amulet that has this kind of like skull figure on it, like a skull silhouette, and you just against his shirt, and it just kind of like shines out with his like golden color. And he grabs it with one hand and he squeezes it kind of tight, and he's like like you're doing rock paper scissors, like scissors.
Yeah.
He takes two of his claws like that, and he kind of like looks at where the bone would be, because I mean legs are pretty thin, so you.
Like the shin is pretty much.
I mean, if you press on the top of your leg, generally you can feel the bone, like right there.
Exactly. So he kind of like feels for it a little bit, puts both of his fingers on either side of where the break is, and just stabs down until he feels bone.
I hate that.
And then casts Mending.
And
I'm gonna immediately cast Cure Wounds the second I see her finish Mending.
Technically, she would take that much damage. But then I immediately also kind of use Healing Word on her.
Well, it wouldn't really be slashing; it'd be
piercing.
It would be
piercing,
like,
technically.
Yeah.
This is a special case.
Yeah, and it fucking works. She seems to be. She's like in pain, and she kind of jerks when it goes in, and bites down on the leather and everything. But the bone.
And I use a second level Healing Word, saying, "How does it feel?" That's 10 healing to her.
Yeah, and she's just kind of. You're speaking in Elvish to her, right?
Oh yeah.
How does it feel?
It still aches a bit, but I think it's a little better.
Well, it should be walkable.
She kind of gestures to Quevin, and he helps her up and tries to help her stand up, and she's hesitantly standing, but she is able to walk now. She's able to stand.
From my understanding of your anatomy, which is so much frailer than mine, it's going to be hard to walk. That should do it.
What's the name of the son in Family Guy?
Stewie? Which one?
No, the other one, the fat one.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it's fat one. No,
I'm very proud of this though.
It's Meg. It's Meg and Stewie. I remember those two.
Why is this relevant?
It's like a mixture of Zoidberg and Fat One from Family Guy.
Yes, it is actually.
Oh my god. But yes, you have her up now, and she's able to stand and walk.
He's even like a medicine dude with sharp claws.
Mm-hmm.
What do people do now?
It's almost like I built.
Well, it's
Well,
time to
get
get
out
out
of
here. It's time to get out.
Input the
Yes.
rune onto the door.
Yes, because you people said you would. I just let you write the rune.
Whatever the symbol was.
I know what it is. If you want me to say it, I can. It's the Wunyo and the Dagas rune, I think.
There is. If I move you to the other map, actually, there is a space where you could draw it. I believe that's.
I think it's a bind rune. Yeah.
There's the white box on the right side.
Yes.
That's where you would be able to draw it.
I believe. And
I just
guess
want to see.
might
I'll
be-
let you do in regardless, but I just want to see if you guys remember it.
I don't remember it at all.
I'm
I
just curious.
think.
I
This
don't
is
remember
this
it
is
all.
what I think. I don't know if it's correct. I think it was like this. What the hell? The portraits are throwing me off.
Mm-hmm.
And then something like that.
Attaboy.
You are
Yeah,
very
yeah,
close. This
I would've
box.
done it
Oh, I
Yes.
remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, this box and this box. Those last three right there should be clear, but you
Oh,
were
they
very
don't go.
close.
Yeah, I see.
I would have done it
Like that.
Yeah, no, you actually got very close. It was just those last three boxes in the middle column shouldn't be there, but that was very close. So you get to open the door.
Oh, in the middle column. So the middle
Yeah,
one.
this
So I was
this
wrong?
one to
We
here.
just try it.
shouldn't
We
have
just
been
try
there.
it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
and-
you try it 2 or 3 times, and you're then able to figure it out. And I get to be right back because there's a cat yelling, and then we will. Things are gonna happen. Ooh. If
The
you-
door opens.
If you
The
need
door
water,
opens with the sound
if
of a
you
cat yelling.
need
Too bad I
water
used
or anything
almost all
like
of my
that,
spell
get
slots
it
for
now.
Curse removal.
I'm just forewarning you. If you need water or snacks or anything, get it now.
Okay,
It
we're
was.
gonna do that.
It wasn't just
I'll be
curse
back.
removal.
Yep,
It was
I will
also
be right back.
everything else.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to make a timely phone call. Give me 1 moment.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
back in
already
a moment.
I smell salts.
I will be back. Who did
Hey,
the red meme? Who did that meme?
Someone did the meme. I noticed that at the same time.
Certainly wasn't me.
It
Who
was
the hell
lost.
It
It was
who the hell
Dath.
did-
It was Dathngar.
No, the red color is slightly different.
I love it. I love it.
Who could it have been? It certainly wasn't you, Lewis, since I trust him. I trust him with my firstborn son.
Yes, Jasuk, my fellow prankster, would never pull an epic prank like this on me.
Yes, I think he went to go get water.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
I'll
get
summon
it out
him.
of him afterwards. Yeah, I'll be back in a sec. The duck whistle always works. Works every time.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I need to get the proper reeing with the duck whistle.
Oh no.
The duckery.
Guys,
What?
I have a song stuck in my head that should never be sung.
Is it Baby by Justin Bieber?
No, I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh no.
And you'll understand why it should never be sung.
Okay, other people aren't back yet.
Okay. This is the song stuck in my
What?
head.
Oh god, I can't even click that because I'm streaming right now.
And it's terrifying to me.
Oh boy.
It's summertime,
What
and
did
you
you
know
people
what that
do in the
means.
right corner? I just now see all that. What did you people do?
What?
The corner. What? What the fuck?
We had fun.
What are you talking about?
The scribbles.
Oh,
You
yeah.
missed my duck whistle ritual.
Your duck whistle ritual?
He was doing a duck whistle ritual in apology to Hage for taking her heart.
You see, he was summoning. We're not
Wait,
going to tell you
What was
about
he
it.
summoning?
Tell me.
Tell me.
All I heard was angry kazoo noises.
Tell me.
It was a summoning ritual of
And
the
then-
duck.
And then we wanted to know what it was, and so I said, "Tell me."
Oh my god, so we're waiting on
You're
Lewis.
about to
Wait, is
find
that the
out,
fucking
'cause
lost
I'm
meme?
about to summon it.
Tell me.
Do I see the fucking lost meme?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, you do. I don't know who did
That's
it.
legendary.
We,
That
our
would be
prime
Paul,
suspect
because I
is
can see the
Lewis.
color
It's
he
Paul's
wrote
color.
in. Yeah.
The color is actually
My
different.
color.
Paul, put your color right next to it so we can see.
That would be a Lewis thing to do, though.
It
I
would.
think it is Lewis.
Here, this is my color. It's
See, it's slightly darker.
It's
It
different.
is slightly
Okay,
darker.
that's fair. It probably was Lewis, because Lewis does like the lost meme.
Who doesn't like the lost meme?
I don't.
The only thing better than the lost meme is bike cuck.
The question is, who
Bike
likes
cuck.
it so much that they would do
You
it?
don't know about bike cuck?
Is that the one where it's like you put the thing in the spokes of the wheel and then you're just like fucking
No,
X?
no, no. It's someone stole my bike, but they're probably happier about stealing my bike than I am sad about losing it.
Yeah.
Have you never seen bike cuck?
No.
Well, now I need to pull it up.
Oh fuck. Oh nice, I got a bot on my Twitch stream.
A good
What's the
kind
bot
of
doing?
bot.
That is what I summoned with my duck whistle.
No, it's a bot that's like, hello, help find your stream to real viewers by raising the stream to the top. Just Google twitchviewer.com. It'll bring viewers for free if you add your channel right now. Fucking dude, I'm gonna block.
Ban him.
Yep, he is blocked. He has been banned. Goodbye, thought.
Gay baby jail.
Gay
There it
baby jail, it is. Oops, I just fucking opened Photoshop. Ah!
There's the bike cuck.
There's the bike cuck.
What is this? This is-
That's the original.
But I think about whoever stole it was probably more happy to get it than I'm sad to lose it. The total happiness in the world increased. So
That is the cheesiest shit I've ever read.
that is really
There's
bad.
so
Way
many
too
memes made out
optimistic.
of it. It's a really, really old meme,
Oh.
but I love it.
Oh my god. Oh wait, there's something.
I'm a computer.
I need to
I'm a
look up my
computer
things.
guy. Don't touch me!
Oh no!
What the?
Don't touch him, please.
Where
Don't touch him.
the hell is Lewis and Matthew?
Matthew was here.
I know he was just here.
But he left again.
God damn it.
Can I cast magic missile?
On what? The wall?
On the wall.
On the wall.
Can I cast
Wait,
fireball
you're not
on
a
myself?
spellcaster.
I don't have any
The only spell
slots.
barbarians cast is death.
What?
The only spell barbarians cast is death.
I know.
Can I inscribe a Vatten rune on the surface of a pool of water?
There are no
What is
pools
the
of
turtle
water.
race called?
Ah, I
know
thought there
where-
was one in that other
It's
room.
in the chat.
The
Fuckalos.
Foqualos.
Fukalos? Fukal? What is it?
Fu.
Fucking ass.
Full Qualos.
There you go.
Fukalos. Okay,
There
there we go.
Fuckalos.
You have to say it in that manner too.
Full
Qualos.
Fukalos!
Is it qua? Is it qua or
It's
qua?
Elven. I can tell you that.
What?
Huh?
It is Elven.
Fuqualos.
Is
Is
it
it-
qua or
Pronounce
qua?
it like it's Spanish. You go Fuqualos.
So actually, Doth.
What is
What a
the size syllable in that word?
Doth and Jasuk, you two actually would know the translation of the word, and it translates to, like, shield back in Elvish.
I can put a shield on my back too.
The age-old question: can I wear a missile snaring shield on my back and be a turtle?
Huh.
What?
Huh.
It's the
What?
age-old question.
The age-old question: if I was a turtle, could I put hydro cannons on my back?
Now I want to do that. Turtle artificer who modifies his body to where he has cannons in his back.
Did someone else bring out the slinky?
Hey,
Hey!
We're still waiting for Lewis, apparently.
If I can change Luth's race to be a turtle.
You want a what?
One day
Lewis
Luke wakes
Please
up.
be a robotic
replace
turtle.
it with a turtle shell.
Playing turtle is fun, so
I will tell you that the turtle here, I have altered it. So it is not
Yeah?
Luke's basic turtle stat block, because I said fuck that.
Yeah, she just made it better.
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did you make it better?
What is it?
She said that if they can snap their fingers once, then they can kill half of.
Nah, how did she make it better? Did she give him a swim
Oh.
speed?
No. They
No,
have
not that much better.
What did I write?
I mean, they're supposed to be tortoises, like tortoises.
Yeah, but they can hold their breath for a long time. They just can't swim.
Oh, his name is Chris.
Chris Hansen.
I am
No.
looking for what
Chris
I wrote.
Guy, or whatever his last name of the Family Guy family is.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I think it's the Hansens.
Okay, so what did I get?
Chris Hansen.
I'm
I
looking.
think
Guy is
Stewie
the last
Hansen.
family guy.
I
Say last
removed the prone condition from the shell defense, and I believe I removed the claw unarmed strike, and I switched it out for a 5-foot burrow speed, which can go through
No,
rock.
we talked about it.
What
You were
is-
just like, yeah, no, keep the claw. I'm sure
Wait,
it's fine.
okay. No,
Wait, why would you get rid of the prone thing?
no, I wrote it. There was a thing I said, subterranean tunneler. You have claws which naturally function as shovels for the purpose of burrowing and tunneling. You have a burrow speed of 5 feet and can tunnel through dirt and rock. You can take an action to burrow 5 feet into the ground. While burrowed, you have total cover from attacks, but disadvantage on any perception-based skill checks.
Yeah, remember how we went over like how to make kind of like it's like technical,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that was kind of what we settled on.
Yes.
What was the original other thing they had? Was that an?
No, I don't think
Complete
I let you
edition?
keep the claws. 'cause
So
I said that
basically,
they are bad
from the
scaling.
shell
They're
defense,
all-
you get the prone condition when you go into your shell, and you get a +4 to AC. But you also get the prone condition, so all attacks are made with advantage,
Mhm.
and also like other disadvantages and things like that come with being prone.
But
yeah,
the
You
thing
can't
is-
do anything when you're in a shell.
The thing is, it makes.
But
it
yeah,
makes
you
sense,
you can't
though.
take any actions. So basically, the only thing she did was remove the prone condition,
Mhm.
and from the all she did was remove the prone condition from the shell defense.
Remove the prone condition from the shell defense and gave him the ability to burrow, which
makes sense in that sort of way, though.
Well,
I mean, that's what I would say, but it doesn't really matter.
But it's partially the type of turtle that I chose as the reference. They don't really pull into their shells all that much.
Also, going prone means that if you go out of your shell, you have to spend half of your movement standing up off the ground.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but if you went into your shell, you would be prone, no matter
Don't
what.
worry, I'm almost guaranteed
unless the shell is still standing on end.
Oh, hi, Lewis.
Hello, I just got back.
Oh, okay.
I can almost
We know it was you who did the last meme.
And I believe I base these on leatherback turtles mainly, and I don't believe they can retreat into their shells.
They can't.
Leatherback turtles.
I see.
Yeah. So, but as well, the burrowing element gives him stuff to play with, not just in combat, because he can, like, literally, he can burrow through stone. At 5 feet, but he can still move through literally stone.
He straight up buried a man.
Yeah.
What turtle is the leatherback turtle?
Leatherback sea turtle.
It's a leatherback sea
those
turtle.
can't burrow through stone.
It's a mixture of a leatherback and an alligator snapping turtle.
No, they can burrow through water.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about like the gopher, the turtle which burrows. That turtle.
No, the leatherback snapping
there's
turtles
like lots of different turtle elements brought into this.
Yeah, it's mainly
the biggest
alligator.
Two are
and
alligator
leatherback.
snapping turtle and the leatherback sea turtle, which provide heavy claw and beak shaping from the alligator, because alligator snapping turtles can burrow themselves slightly, not completely like digging like the whatever the other turtle was.
Yeah, and then the leatherback makes him technically warm-blooded actually,
because they have different kinds of muscular structure. And also lots of thick fat, as opposed to almost all other turtles.
Okay, I let him make a chunky boy. He wanted a thick boy, and I gave him something that has fat, so he can make a thick boy.
Actually, I'm looking up the leatherback sea turtle.
Turtle man.
Do you know what another name for the leatherback sea turtle is?
What?
Duluth.
Wow.
So can we continue?
Yes. So.
Oh wait, Lewis, can I cut out my spine in your campaign and replace it with a turtle shell?
We're asking this question, not now.
You may ask this at a later time.
Yes. That's not a no, just FYI, Paul. But
Nice.
Okay, so you open up this door, and so let's see. We'll just.
Man, what are the odds, Matt?
We'll just.
I know, right? There's like so many talking about turtles today. Jesus.
We'll just open up this.
Talking about turtles for like half an hour earlier today. Now we're talking about them now.
There you go.
Why were you talking about him half an hour?
This is what you see when you open the door.
Because it was in my yard, and we're trying to figure out what to do with it. Sorry.
We're done.
Yep.
It's done. It's over.
So, you open the door, and I'd like everyone to make perception checks.
Now this is
the
a boss
normal
room.
blue.
I think I'm okay at those.
This is a boss room, if I ever seen one.
Boss room? The boss of what? Being underground?
Yes.
So I might have just wasted like all of my spell slots on like fixing you people, so nobody's allowed to die. Sorry.
Okay,
Understandable.
I will not die.
TPK.
So funnily enough, I get Liam's tiny hut as part of my cleric.
Okay. So
Wait, what domain are you?
17.
Twilight?
Grave.
If you have Lehman's
Grave.
tiny hut prepared, you can just straight up cast it, right? It's not only.
Wait, Grave doesn't give Lehman's, does it?
Actually,
No.
I have no idea what he is.
Twilight. I am
Twilight.
Ah,
Oh.
right.
So,
I get Liam's tiny hut. It takes a minute to
discussions
cast it.
later!
Do you glitter in the sunlight?
What happens, Abby?
I've been trying to talk. I've been trying to take control.
Apologize.
I've been trying to take control.
Be forced.
Okay, so you people walk in this room, and fun tax. Yeah, that's deserved. And move your tokens, please, as you're entering this room.
Okay.
So
As I enter, I use an action to summon my bird, just so you know.
I'm gonna stay with the hostages.
they're gonna enter the room. They're gonna enter the room. So you're walking in here, and at first this room is just like, it's a big empty room, but you notice there's no real walls, or at least there are walls, but they're very far away over a pretty much bottomless pit. Like, this is a pedestal kind of carved out in this room. That's kind of decrepit and torn apart, and it's covered in these blue-colored crystals. But the one thing you notice, like, appearing around the crystals that are kind of dotting the room, because these are, like, big, towering piles of crystals that are probably, like, 10 feet tall, like, each one. So all of the crystals are, like, 10 feet tall. As you peer around them, there's a big, gaping archway that appears to lead to a ramp that goes up.
Right here?
Yes.
Boy, guys, that's a way up.
I just fucking typed burb again when I'm searching for the bird. What the
Hold on, Bjorn.
Why? Why am I like this? Why do I always type burb?
Because
Rename the bird to burb.
Do you want me
Because
to
the verb
just
is too
send
powerful.
a image for you to use as the familiar stock standard?
No, I use the same image every time. I just have to, like, search for it.
She has to
Yeah,
describe
just
it
to make
from
as
the
like
thing.
a
I just forgot to
icon
put it on
for
the mouse.
the bird character.
I
Like
just
if you
forgot to put it on.
save it on
Nah,
a
we're
sheet,
good.
you can.
So yes, there appears to be like a doorway with a ramp leading up at this far side of the room.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Let's go.
And then I'm just gonna
let's
walk
Well,
around this side of the
Before
thing.
we do anything, the blue crystals
So-
I know don't explode when we get close, but
Mhm.
what do they do again?
I want everyone to freeze right now.
They seem inert.
Yes.
Yes.
Ignore that.
Yay!
Ignore that.
Turn order.
Ignore that.
Huh?
Why do I hear boss music?
So I'll answer your question first. If I remember correctly, the blue crystals are like condensed arcane energy, is what was said. But as you people are here and you're passing by this this like giant pile of blue crystals, the ground starts shaking, and you hear creaking and groaning, and this big pile of blue crystals that's sitting next to you, it starts moving, man.
Run for it, earthquake!
And the crystal pile is gone. And
Oh wait, that's not a
Oh,
crystal
fuck.
pile at all.
yeah, has everyone rolled for initiative?
Is that another one?
Don't worry
That
about
is a
that.
did.
magnum lad.
Don't.
Yeah.
Baby.
That is a baby. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Fuck. I have to roll initiative.
I'm just wondering what I see since I'm very close to it.
You guys are lucky this thing got a nat 1 on initiative.
No.
Lucky or planned?
But
Six
would I get
by
a surprise
six.
attack on you
Good
people?
grief, that's
Do
a
I want to
big
be
chunk
mean
of
and say
wood.
it gets a surprise attack on you people because you were like walking around and it was completely hidden?
Yay!
Understandable.
I'm gonna say it gets a sneak attack, so it gets to attack one person.
Why the heck does this thing have
That's
a
fair.
+2 in
Just a
dex?
surprise
I use
round.
My,
Yeah.
It gets basically
my
one full
assassination
round.
thing.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
neat.
how it works.
Okay.
It would be a surprise round.
This
Yeah.
thing rises, and the first thing you people notice is 1, there's crystals moving, 2, there's lots of red glowing eyes, and 3, there's a lot of teeth. And before you can recognize anything more, it is going to, let's see, it's facing Suka right now, but it can't hit him, so it's going to hit Bjorn instead.
Okay.
So it just rolled a second nat 1.
Nice.
That misses.
What the fuck? But then it
Better
gets to
slap itself in
do.
the face.
It gets to hit
Can I take
Hvitserk.
its tooth?
Hvitserk, 24.
Yeah.
14 bludgeoning damage for you.
Alright.
Yeah. And that would be its turn. So it makes
gosh.
it whips its head around, trying to like jam like this crystal horn, this giant jagged crystal horn at Bjorn. Somehow, just because it ripped his head around, it missed him. But the tail, as it's turning, like it's just smashes into Hvitserk. And we're at top of the round, I believe. Let's start with the descending order. Yeah. So Dath, 'tis your turn. What do you do with this thing that is hitting your friends?
I was gonna sprint at it and do my assassination thing,
Oh,
but it took
It
its
already got to act.
turn. Yeah,
yeah,
so
you got a surprise round.
I can't get sneak attack if I just. There's no one within 5 feet of it.
If you have like a bow thing, you can do the bonus action aim like Matt was doing.
You think I carry around a bow?
Yeah.
If you get
It works with
enough,
any-
I
it
can
works-
have my bird help you.
It works with any ranged attack, so theoretically, if you were to get within range of throwing a dagger, you could bonus action. throw your dagger.
Dagger of dullness, go!
Dagger of dullness.
It's made out of
Okay.
rocks. It's gonna kill it.
If you get in close enough for a melee, I can just have my bird move in and help action on its turn. Probably
Okay.
not this turn because it needs enough speed to fly away as well, but
I would warn that this thing just did 24 points of damage.
No, 14.
Oh, 14. Still, 14 points of damage, which I think is like almost half of our rogue's hit points. So just keep in mind not to.
Here,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna,
the rogue can half it.
gonna bonus
Who
action.
has healing magic?
Oh yeah, he's level 5 now.
I
He
do.
can half
Yeah.
it, can't he?
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
healing
We
spirits,
should have
so
we
we're
should
never
have
gonna die.
reasonable amounts of healing.
We'll see about that.
Uh-oh.
so this sword,
Okay.
does it do this much damage?
For it, whatever's written, if you're using Nevavel.
Oh, do you mean the longsword?
The thing is, you have to chant its names 3 times before
sword-
you use it.
Whatever I
Okay.
wrote is what you can do.
The blade of
Then
rage.
you do 20, okay.
1d6 plus 1 plus 1d6 plus 1.
Depends on
What the
if you're
hell?
doing
That
one-handed.
doesn't sound right.
Roll it. Do it, man. Did you set up the roll?
You got to attack.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll to attack.
Did you set it up? That is a good question. You
Set up the roll.
You should have set up the
No,
roll.
this is totally not set up correctly.
I should have set up the roll for you whenever you end up getting the thing. Actually.
It's a +2 plus proficiency plus dex. It's a big number.
Yeah.
Advanced die roller, d20, roll plus.
Honestly, I
plus
think
dex
it would be easier just to literally add it into the
plus 7
I know, like dragging a longsword and just tweak the
plus
things.
9 plus 9 hit.
Why did I give the sword to Paul of all people?
Does a 17 hit?
17.
That's
Nope.
a lot of plus. 17 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Okay, next turn.
So advantage is going to be better.
How does it miss? Does it glance off the scales or does it
Yeah, so
dodge
you,
out of the way?
you try. You think this thing's gonna be able to dodge out of the way?
It has a +2 to dexterity.
You end up like bringing the sword down, and you're not able to get a good angle at this thing because it's still kind of moving, and the sword just kind of scrapes on the surface of it, and it seems to deal no damage.
As long as it doesn't roll good, I can give everybody advantage.
It's almost like this is
Well,
a
it's gotten,
fight we're not
I
meant
think,
to win.
it's gotten 2 nat 1s already, so we'll see if my badass monster is just rolling all nat 1s tonight.
The pain train don't stop.
Is that your turn?
Is this the DM teaching us when to run away?
Hvitserk.
My campaign, everyone just always runs away.
No,
I'm gonna
that's right.
action. Oh wait, how do I do a
I
circle?
forgot move there.
I still wonder what this thing is.
So I
Okay,
forgot
wait.
to say that, but when it hit Hvitserk, one of these crystals splintered off and landed on the ground.
Oh fun.
Okay.
So
That's gonna
I
be its
do.
spawn.
I cast flaming square. Down there.
Flaming square? Isn't it flaming sphere?
Yeah.
It's a square this time.
Okay.
Figure out
We're
a big
playing,
circle.
we're
Okay,
playing
what do you
Minecraft.
want? It doesn't need. What is it? A con save?
No, not until its turn.
Oh, okay.
It's a dex save, I think.
Yeah, dex save on it. If it ends its turn, actually, I'm gonna move it so it's a little bit.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
And then bonus action, turn into Direwolf.
Yeet. That's the
So
size.
I'm. Yep.
Yeet.
Can you concentrate on spells while in beast form?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Oh,
just want to make sure.
Okay.
Bird.
I always forget.
Yeah, I
You
can.
can
I
always.
can. Yeah.
Burb time.
Let's see. Does it take an action to pick up an item?
I don't know. I want to call that an item interaction, but I'm not
Which
sure.
would be an
I mean,
action
let's
after a round.
not like equipping a weapon. Just I'm gonna have my
Yeah.
bird swoop in, grab that, and fly out. But I also want to have dash
Grab
because
what?
the
It's a shard.
Oh, you can't.
that.
This thing
Oh,
is
I
like
can't?
it's literally it takes up the entire square. It's like 5 feet.
It's
That's
5 feet.
It's a big
Okay.
chunk.
This is a big crystal that came off of a big monster.
Well, I'm just gonna have my bird move to right about there. just out of range for the most part, but close enough to fly in to give a hand.
Okay.
If need be. And that is Bird's turn.
Mm-hmm. I do want to warn people, these blue crystals are considered impassable terrain.
Okay.
Yep, I pretty much figured.
Bjorn!
Rage. I'm sick of being underground.
Understandable.
Going for the flank, whatever that means. I don't know.
+2.
If it's +2
+2.
Okay. So just add it to.
That hits.
Okay.
It's 13 slashing damage.
Yeah, 13.
Let me look at the thing. Okay, yeah, 13.
Nice, max damage on that first. On that hit.
And
there you go.
That one doesn't hit, I'm sure.
No.
So 17.
And I'm a hit him.
That hits.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think? I need to
Here's my
know.
turn.
Do you guys think fairy fire would be better, where you guys have advantage to hit, or do you guys want blast, which gives you a bonus to hit?
Well, the thing
And
is,
for
fairy
saving
fire
throw.
could affect us as well.
Well, it's
No,
big
because
enough.
The
he's
size
so
of it, no, it wouldn't. However, I would say, just generally,
I
I would
think
say
I
bless
have advantage already
because
because
Advantage would be better, probably.
Well, I mean,
advantage
if you
is
guys already have
statistically
ways
better.
to-
However, it makes saves every turn. Bless stays up,
True.
and I'm
Yeah,
just
bless
making my
doesn't depend
decision
on that.
solely on that.
yeah, I have advantage every turn also because of Direwolf.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my other second level spell slot or another second level spell slot. Excuse me. I have one left for bless. All 4 of you people who are actually I have to move in a little.
Are you in
But-
range? Yeah.
All 4 of you people who are in that area are within range of bless and
Okay.
get blessed. So you now all have a D4 to add to saving throws and attack rolls.
Okay.
Nope.
The fuck? Did I do something?
That is my action.
Did I accidentally fuck something up? Did I touch something?
I
No.
Probably.
didn't see anything.
Yeah, I
You
didn't see
broke
it.
it. It's all your fault.
Okay.
The
I
worst.
just, I
Oh,
was,
it's dead.
I clicked a thing and I was like, wait, shit, my numbers just changed.
The hand of Abby reached down and smiteth this crystal dragon.
Oh wait, what? Fuck.
Crystal dragon.
That's not right.
It's the evolved form of baby dragon.
Yeah.
Nah, that's thousand dragon.
Well, it does have 1,000 eyes.
Can you guess who's watching Yu-Gi-Oh right now?
I haven't the
Okay.
foggiest clue. Tell me.
I've finished season 0. I'm on season 1.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
What
Okay,
do
that's
you-
my turn.
What,
It's
okay,
season
what did
Zero.
you
What
do?
is this programmer stuff?
season 0 is the greatest
What
thing
did you
ever
do? I
created.
kind of zoned out for a moment. 'Cause
I'll tell you about
I
it
was
later.
afraid I touched a thing.
You
I
planted
blessed-
grass.
I blessed all 4 of them, so they have a D4 to add to attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. Suka.
Okay. I'm going to. It's when I end my turn next to the flaming sphere,
Yeah, you're
right?
good. Yep.
So I'll walk over here. I'm going to activate the rune on my shield, which the hill rune.
Are you big boy?
Which no, that instead I'm like, I don't know what it looks like. It like glows brown or something, and I am resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and I'm a barbarian basically.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, well, now I'm just useless.
Yep.
You still got reckless attack, comrade.
I do
Nice.
still
And
have
then
reckless
I hit him
Reckless
twice.
attack.
Okay, make your attacks. Does not hit. Does not hit.
Does not hit.
Add a
Mhm.
D4 to
Oh,
that.
it's
Warhammer.
+2.
Oh,
So
And-
16
and
and then
plus
also
4.
D4.
yeah, 16 does not hit, FYI. But if you add the
16,
D4,
add a D4.
And then
18.
so
Is an 18
it'll be
hit?
18 and yeah.
18 hits,
and
17 does
18 and
not.
15 do not hit.
18 hits.
Yes.
18 hits, 15 does not.
11 bludgeoning.
Let's see. So that's halved.
So 5.
Yep. Yep. That's
You
neat.
overcorrected. No, I'm joking.
That's neat.
That's because somebody killed something else with a butter knife, and that.
I
pissed her
literally
off.
have nothing but bludgeoning. I can't do it. No, I'm joking.
Shouldn't have killed my fucking spider with a butter knife, bitch.
I didn't.
No, I'm
Sure,
talking
you
to
did
Paul
butter
here.
knife.
I was like, can I use this butter knife to do damage? And you said yes.
I didn't think it would actually kill it.
It was a 5 a.m. brain. It's okay.
Jasuk,
Alright.
doesn't matter. You will pay for that crime.
Alright, I
Your
would like
punishment
to
gets legitimate
move
convinced you're committing a war crime.
I've committed crimes against.
What are you doing, Lewis?
Hang on, I'm just gonna check movement real quick.
Doing some measurements.
You can't move through the blue.
Yeah, I know, I'm just checking distance. How far away from the crystal do I have to be to make some form of a check?
How far away
Regarding
from
it.
this one?
That crystal right there.
To see if it's living.
To see if it's
Determine, to determine anything about it. When did we see it drop? When it missed or when it hit?
When it hit Hvitserk,
Okay. And it dropped beside him, right?
it just kind of fell and slammed into the ground.
It fell from the ceiling or from the creature?
From the creature.
Did that seem like normal or?
I don't know. You'd have to probably make a nature check on the creature.
Well, in that case, I would. How close to the creature do I have to be to do so?
20 feet, maybe?
20 feet? Alright, let's see if I can do that.
20 to 15 feet. Close enough to be able to get a good look at it, but not, like, in its face, looking at its teeth.
Right there. I can get to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nature check. Very mediocre.
This thing appears to naturally have the crystals growing out of its body, and there's no, like, blood coming out of the place where the crystal fell. That's the most you can discern.
Okay.
Like, the best way to describe it is it seemed almost like shedding a scale.
I'm worried it's like a minion parasite thing.
Yeah.
Is that your
It's gonna
turn?
come alive.
I guess it's gonna have to be.
Alright.
There and
It's Big Boy's turn.
Oi.
Magnum boy.
And,
Actually, hold on, like just
Oh,
2 seconds.
yes.
What is the distance of that? No, it's a touch spell. Never mind.
So, okay.
Hey Matt, do you want to be able to breathe fire?
Which map?
Or cricket?
I'll pass.
Good enough.
I'm gonna try and keep a distance if I can. I may have a
No,
gut to
that's
AC, but I'm also
understandable.
trying not to die.
That
Because
makes
I am,
sense.
I am the primary, at this point, primary healer. Because we currently have a wolf instead of another primary healer.
Druid.
Say what?
Druid probably.
Yeah,
well,
but
he's currently employing
He's a
his goodness.
He's
yes.
using the Bork.
Hence why I brought in a cleric.
I'm more of
I
a
think-
blaster druid.
Yeah, allowing the
Blaster
blaster
druid.
druid to be a blaster druid rather than sticking him as support is probably the best
Then
idea.
that's my turn.
Okay.
Yes.
So, start of this thing's turn. It had crystals and everything on its back, but like the majority of the crystal pile kind of fell apart along it as it got up. But after taking some hits and kind of like shrieking, this thing is like roaring loud enough to shake the entire room, and rocks are falling from the ceiling and everything. Pretty much, this thing, as it's looking at all of you, you start to see the spines on its back. They start growing, and more crystals suddenly start emerging until it has like this heavy crystal-studded hide.
Oh, because
and-
its AC can only go up, of course.
It does that, and
Probably also absorbs magical spells.
absorb magical spells. You think I really hate you people, don't you?
Yes, we
I
do.
think.
When
Here.
did you guys find my security Tarask template?
I'm just checking the thing. Do I want to do that? I could do that and be really mean.
I don't like those.
Do it!
I kind of want to do
arrows.
that.
Hit us. Do
Let's
it.
It does a swipe. Oh, it's a
TDK.
charge. It bum rushes.
So
Oh no, not the hostages.
this thing twists around. Would you believe the hostages are actually 1 square out of danger zone for this thing?
Good.
So it
Breath
twists
weapon.
around, and this giant cavern that it's in, it starts going up. The front legs leave the ground. It rises up. It's towering above you people, and it just slams its body down in this area. And I need Hvitserk. Let me see. I'm checking this to make sure. Yeah, I need literally like everyone in this entire area to make strength or dex saving throws for me.
So Jasuk,
The worst thing.
Just
Don Maska,
Dawn,
Hvitserk,
Hvitserk, and Dath. All
and
of you.
Dathngar.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
Hvitserk. Strength or dex?
He
Strength.
rolled it 9.
Oh,
Strength. It's the 9. It's the
Oh.
direwolf stats. So
okay. Yeah, so unfortunately, bud, you're prone, dude.
okay.
You are
Gonna
now
get the
prone.
big fish.
Everyone
prone.
else somehow managed to like either twist just out of the way of its body, or like just manage to maintain your footing as the thing just shakes the ground under you. And let me see. I need to check the thing. Oh yeah, it's actually, because it did this, it's actually going to move here because it slammed its body down, and everyone gets pushed out of its space now.
Oh, so it like jumped forwards? Can
No,
I
it
make
it
opportunity
reared
attack?
up, and it slammed its
hello.
like chest down on the ground.
So wait, do we get opportunity attacks?
Question.
It willingly moved out of their space, so
It did.
technically yes.
Yeah, technically, I would say yes.
Okay.
And I need to. Oh boy, did I roll damage on this thing? Where is the damage?
Does
roll?
flanking still count?
Fuck, I did
while
set
it's
up a damage roll.
You can't flank creatures in
Where
space.
is my dice? Where
I
are
don't
my
think
dice?
you
I
can
didn't get
flank
my dice. Is that the
creatures.
right one?
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So.
Oh, fuck that. So, Hvitserk, you take, I believe, 25 damage.
Oh, okay.
And does everyone else
Everybody
take
else
half?
takes half.
I'm checking. I don't know if I wrote this correctly. Not prone and...
25.
Yes, everyone else takes half damage.
It's a 12.
Half of 25 is 12 DC, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Wait. Okay.
So
Um,
Suka and I get our attack.
Yes, you each get attack rolls. Suka, yes, you hit.
And I've got to add the D4 still from the.
Bjorn, you don't. Yeah, well, the 16 doesn't hit.
Dodge an infinite amount of time.
He gets
I get
added a D4 from Bless.
I'm adding the D4.
Yep, yep.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
20.
Yeah, that's a
D4.
20. Does it hit?
20?
Yes,
20
it
hits.
does.
At least 10. Yeah, boy.
Yes. And
Okay.
as well, because it hit people with an attack. Uh-oh.
There.
Another thing is here. Okay, what is that? So that's 12 bludgeoning, but that's halved.
Six.
Weird teeth.
And then 13 slashing.
And then the 13 is now also halved.
Oh.
Because, marshals are no fun.
So what is 13 halved? You'll figure it out. I can't. What is 13?
So we
halved?
need to
Oh boy.
do piercing now, but I don't have piercing because all my stuff was taken.
I'm managing numbers.
Is
Hold.
your armor not piercing?
My armor is
fucking,
piercing.
Paul, do your turn while I'm managing the damage.
But my armor I can technically only use for a bonus action attack.
That is true.
Okay, guys, how much damage did the belly flop do?
12. To
On-
us.
To everyone but Hvitserk, where it was.
Oh,
So you can uncanny dodge.
Okay,
And
good.
then take 6.
Yeah.
Fucking, the damage is already halved because you succeeded
Do
in
you
save,
look
and then you
do you
halved
look
again.
really hurt?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
He looks like he got murdered.
Oh
I'm
wait,
going to.
it's the
Wait,
top
do you
of
have
the
the
ground.
ability that lets you just take no damage from a successful dexterity?
Evasion is level
Level
7.
7.
Hold on. It's the top of the round, which means I get to do a thing.
Uh-oh.
Of course you do.
Yeah. So these crystals, they landed. They are in the ground. They're blue. They start turning purple.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So pretty much, Dawn.
Wait. First of all, you didn't hit me with that attack, so I wouldn't have the crystal near me. You hit Hvitserk.
It
with
It
so
doesn't.
say.
It's not specific where it lands.
Oh, that's just rude.
explosive crystal within an unoccupied space within 5 feet of its location.
Oh, well, that's just mean to me.
No, I literally
You
just
picked
dropped it
me.
someplace.
Did you roll a d8 or something? Or?
Yes, that's pretty much it. So this is going to be 6 damage to Hvitserk and Dawn. And then also poof.
6 damage?
Yes. And poof. Crystals are no longer there. But now you can do your turn, Paul.
Okay.
To make another con save.
Roll up right.
Okay, Bless is no longer there, guys.
Oh no!
I'm gonna give the old swingaroo.
Abby.
Ooh! That hits!
Do the crit with all the damage.
That crits! Yeah, let's see about this.
And then there's sneak attack on this as well.
Ooh, oh fuck.
I don't want to click this button.
Click it!
Click it! You coward! Oh!
Yes!
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Ooh!
That's a lot of damage.
Let's see. Is any of that
So
slashing?
25. What does it do?
That's-
Slashing, bludgeoning,
That's
piercing?
all there.
No, it's not
No, it
slashing.
does radiant slash necrotic.
You are correct! Ooh!
So
It's
25
all that
plus
damage.
23 is 48 damage.
48 damage total.
Yes.
What the
Yes.
hell is this weapon?
Ooh. I think he actually rolled really decent on his rolls. No, yeah, he actually got really good on the rolls for this thing.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
he's got 3d6 for sneak
So,
attack, which is
You
really
lift
good.
the sword out of its scabbard, and you're wielding it. And this time, rather than it
It's a
simply
rogue
like
crit.
scratching on the surface of this thing, this like carves into one of the legs of this thing, and it's leaving behind a trail that's like golden light as well as trails of darkness. And it's just leaving this like gaping, searing kind of wound on this thing, kind of like a lightsaber cutting through metal, I'd say. It's fucking nasty shit. Hvitserk!
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action move the sphere
Okay.
and slam it into him.
Okay.
If I can.
Where the
move
sphere?
it.
This-
Or the square, I'm
the
sorry.
square. Yes, because we don't have a sphere, it's a square.
So it makes a dex save.
Now remember, it's non-Euclidean, so it's
Save.
actually a sphere.
17?
With 5 sides.
Yeah, that saves. So it takes 5 damage.
5 damage.
Actually, spheres have infinite sides.
Da, da.
No, I'm joking.
No, spheres don't have any sides.
Infinite points.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
Fire damage?
so they have infinite sides.
Yeah, fire damage.
Do I want to say
It
this?
explodes like a
What
gasoline canister.
Do I want to actually make this a thing, or do I want to tweak my
Do it.
monster really
Do it.
fast?
Do it!
It's immune to fire!
It's immune to fire?
It's immune.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do its
Great.
breath attack.
I thought it was just gonna, like, explode and
It's
kill all of us.
The entire fucking monster
Okay, well,
explodes.
if I see my thing fail, then I'll just make it disappear. because
Yeah, it
does
doesn't
damage.
do
So it's gone.
anything.
And then 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right, I don't have any pluses anymore or anything, right?
Nope, because Bless dropped because Miss quote unquote random decided to hit me with an explosion.
It's far. Okay.
It
you
was
can
rando.
be mad about it if you want. Okay.
Okay,
Bird.
next turn.
Alright. Bird flies over to Dathngar. Help action. Flies out.
Attack of opportunity!
It's a bird.
No.
Gets none.
Oh,
It-
bird.
It's a reflavored owl as a generic bird.
Did you even name it anything? Is it just burb?
It's a
Tree.
bird.
Took tree.
Talk tree.
Took tree.
No wonder no one remembers it. Oh,
It's no Pappy Wiggles.
I wanted to
Talk
see
tree.
if I could make an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So that was
Bjorn,
You cannot.
Bjorn.
Okay.
I think you're too far away.
I am not
no,
too far away.
you're a barbarian.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted
I'm
to
fast
stand up
enough
also,
now.
by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you retroactively step up. and stand up.
So
I like the broken back.
I'm gonna be a reckless boy and give myself advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. 16s
That don't hit.
No.
That
Does not
one
hit.
don't. What?
Does not hit.
Does not hit.
18 doesn't hit
What's
right
his
now.
AC?
I don't know.
Not anymore. It increased
Nah.
its armor class.
Well, that's my turn.
Yeah. Dawn. It's your turn.
Oh, can I ask real quick? Where's
Oh.
the ramp to get out of here?
Over here.
Oh, down at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I could totally get out of here.
No, he might be able to.
I'm going to action disengage.
Okay.
Run to here, and I'm going to bonus action use healing word on Hvitserk.
Okay. That works.
Hvitserk.
You're going to get
For temporary hit points?
4 healing.
Wait, we can't just run away. We'll leave the hostages.
Yeah, they're chilling over there.
You're right.
I probably should have rolled
Overrun
initiative for
it.
both of them, actually. Should I
We
roll
have
initiative
to
for them?
save the hostages.
Yeah, we
I
do
am
have
in
to
dire
save them.
form, though. Just so you know.
I should
That's
maybe
fine.
roll initiative for both of them, actually, so they can move around.
Yeah, probably.
Frog them and run away.
They'd probably
wait,
want to
so-
just run past it and get out of here.
The wrong one. Oops.
Well, they may be too scared to run past it
Sure,
and
yeah, you're right.
retreat.
Wow.
You're right.
Quevin rolled a nat 1 as well. All my things are rolling nat 1s tonight. What the fuck? Okay, so healing word, was that your turn?
Yeah, that's my whole turn.
Okay. Suka.
Ah! I'm gonna charge forward, and as I do, I grow to gigantic proportion.
Thick boy.
Thick boy, thick boy.
Ah!
Look at all these thick lads in this room, in this crystal cavern.
And then I'm just gonna try and slam it again.
Bring it. That hits.
Oof.
Mightiness? The fuck?
That's my mightiness. Yes, it's 4 mightiness damage.
Okay.
It's a 16 bludgeoning and 16 bludgeoning, so 32. So just 16 bludgeoning.
So, okay, so that's the 4, and then 6, and then another 6.
It's
and
just
then 5.
16. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh gosh, we actually hit this thing?
Yeah, someone hit it.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yes, Luis.
Jasuk.
Hey, I hit it first turn.
I am going to Misty Step out of there.
Probably
because
smart.
I'm almost at half hit points.
Oh
so
no,
let
you're
me
almost at
just,
half HP.
Alright.
But you are a wizard, so half HP
Yeah.
is not good for a wizard.
It really is not.
I'm a cleric and I'm below half HP too. What's your point?
I'm almost full health.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Misty Step.
I am full health.
Does attack of opportunity take place 5 feet away from the creature, or when it leaves its max range?
It's when it leaves its
you leave its
attack
melee
range.
So we can do whatever we want in this little square.
You may still have been in melee range because it attacked both Hvitserk and Bjorn, like 10 to 15 feet away from it.
Can we get an estimate on the length of its arms?
Well, I'm gonna
This
move
thing is fucking.
to
It's
right there
gargantuan.
from Misty Step, and then I'm going to use my movement speed to move down to here, and I'm just gonna main action cantrip.
Okay.
Firebolt.
Magic missile.
Immune to fire.
It's immune to fire. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Can I redact that?
Yes, I will let you
No.
redact that.
Okay.
The
Magic
fire.
missile.
You saw it just fire sphere sputter against it. So
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'll let you redact it on that grounds.
Cool.
I'll give you
Also-
guys some mercy in this fight. That hits. 12 piercing. Alright.
Does that have to?
I cast longbow.
I cast longbow. No, that one's not halved.
It seems to like find a crack in the scales or something and stick to it.
Exactly. Okay. So...
What's the draw weight of a longbow in this universe?
Shut the fuck up, Paul.
Literally nothing, because those are dexterity weapons.
Okay, so let's see.
It always pissed me off that longbows are not strength weapons.
Same. Crossbow should be a dexterity weapon, or just flat modifier.
I believe...
I think it should be dexterity to aim and attack. and
Everyone who's
strength for
touching this
damage.
It
thing is
upsets
going to
me
need to
that
make a
there's
dex
no
save
great
for
bow.
me.
Repeat that, Abby.
Everyone who is currently within 5 feet of this thing needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hooray!
And if only Bless was still up.
So do I do that with disadvantage?
Maybe you shouldn't have dropped concentration.
No.
Why would you have disadvantage?
No, because someone exploded me. It's not my
I'm
No,
fault.
just
it's only attacks.
It's only attacks, but is this technically an attack?
No. It's a saving throw.
It's a saving
Okay.
throw.
You get advantage on this because you can see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of danger sense.
Well,
You're a barbarian.
Nat 1. Wow. Okay, I think Doth is the only one that passed, actually.
Yeah. I get to step out of the way. Like,
Kill-
Okay, and then that means I gotta do my thing, which means I'm going to do this. And then I also need to roll a second thing.
oh no.
Oof. Okay, give me a moment, because I need to do a thing. So we're just gonna fucking...
Spell choices are not exactly ideal for this fight at all.
Assuming you have a lot of fire damage.
it's almost like that was his theme.
I have 2 fire damage spells too.
Alright,
Much
so
fire damage.
this thing, as you're all again beating on this thing, the crystals, it kind of like almost curls into a ball, like a porcupine almost. And as it does so, the spines and crystals on its back start to rattle and shake, and all of a sudden, just crystal spines just explode outward from this thing in all directions. And some of you are now slashed by these crystals, and you take, I believe, 12 damage. Whoever failed to save, which
Is it piercing? What kind of damage?
Yes, piercing. 12 piercing. For everyone except Doth, who gets half.
I am now normal.
I'm gonna take
Hvitserk.
3.
So,
And
so
as well.
I get half instead as well.
Oh fuck.
Son of a...
I wonder what you're gonna
Hey
do about
guys, who's excited about losing a
shit.
campaign?
I'm very excited. I get to play new characters. Yay!
this.
Well, I mean, we've promised that we'd only take away one campaign before we added another one,
Yeah.
so we had to lose 2 before we start a new one.
Paul, did you?
Did we?
Just
Yeah.
take 6
Don't worry about
damage.
I did.
Okay. I just want to make sure
mine
that
will be
you
other
got
side.
your halved damage.
Yeah.
You know,
So I
it's
could
really,
imagine-
really unfortunate that this thing is at the very bottom of the turn order.
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought the other 2 were at the bottom, the hostages.
You skipped them,
Oh.
by the way.
Oh wait, shit. No, it's still. I will tell you the way the crystal things work. They explode at the top of the round.
Yes, I know, but you skipped the hostages for the previous.
Oh yeah, I did.
Round.
Well, they're not gonna do it. They're
They're-
just.
Don't.
What do you think
They
they're
would
doing?
probably
They're just-
run around the edge of the
Step
room. I would
away.
Yeah, they're just.
Yeah.
They're just backing away to like the door so that way they can get as far away from this thing as possible.
I am a normal Hvitserk now.
Yeah, I just fuck. I kind of want to be nice to you guys and like.
No,
try to-
just continue. Just continue.
I expected this thing to be more in the middle of the
Continue.
turn order to give you guys time to move around with these crystals.
No, just
Continue.
No.
Blow them
No,
up.
you set it up one way, you do it.
I know.
Blow 'em
That's
up.
why I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking do it, and it's gonna be mean as fuck.
Blow them
do it.
up.
Do it.
Yep. So let's see. So now all the crystals are going to go boom, and that's going
Do
to
I
be...
get to pick which side I become normal sized? Because
Yes.
if so, I would pick that square away from the crystal.
Yes, I will let you have that much grace.
Okay.
So everyone who's within 5 feet. So let's see, Paul, you're going to be taking 4d6 worth of damage because you're standing next to 2 crystals.
You still have uncanny dodge.
Yeah,
no, I
Paul.
used my reaction.
Oh, it's a reaction.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Paul, that's going to be 14 damage.
No saves, just exploding.
Just exploding.
Yes, no saves.
And that's gonna be, let's see, 4 plus 3, which is 7 for Suka and Dawn.
What kind of damage?
This is fire damage.
Okay.
Explosion damage.
Yeah, and nobody else gets hit with this thing, because nobody else is within 5 feet of this thing. Or at least 5
Okay.
feet within these crystals. And now the crystals, because... Oh, fuck!
Oh no!
Everything's dead.
Did you just delete everything?
Yes, I accidentally deleted the monster!
Control Z.
Control Z, it still works. Yeah.
Not to worry,
We're all dead.
I still would have lived.
God decides to erase
The
everything.
universe.
How many people have I
Okay,
You
Spike.
just hold shift. Just hold like
Yeah,
shift or
yeah,
whatever and click them.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna handle it. I'm handling it. I meant to just delete the crystals. I forgot they're now on the same layer as everything else, so I just selected the entire area.
Oh, we have to do initiative again.
You have to fix the initiative.
I'm so sorry.
What was my initiative?
I
I'm s-
I
Yours
had
was
six-
13, Suka.
I had
Okay.
6.
25.
Yes,
I wasn't
I
that
see
off.
it.
I was 15. first time.
Doth 25.
So I've got to edit mine.
Suka 13, Hvitserk 20, Dawn 15, Bjorn 16.
Yes.
Everyone have their initiative in?
My initiative has not changed to 16.
Oh, but the
You need to change
You
it
change it
yourself.
yourself.
Change it.
you can change it yourself, but I can
It
also.
won't let me.
Oh,
Okay, now it did.
yeah. Okay. Let's see. So where were we in the turn order? We were okay.
We were. It was Paul's turn.
It was Paul's turn. Okay, yeah. There we go. I am so sorry for that mishap.
Mm-hmm.
Here's me after getting surrounded by 2 crystals, by the way.
The fucking medieval stuff.
They just pop down and then that starts playing.
They pop down and like from the earth another like 6 turtles emerge, but they're carrying a coffin on their shoulders.
Okay.
They just burrow up around us all and carry us away.
Lightsaber attack.
Lightsaber that hits
Ah! Oh my god.
14 and 16.
30 damage.
Holy
Kill it.
shit, bro.
Kill it.
Oh shit.
Hey, so you remember that one weapon you gave to the rogue that killed your first monster that you got really pissed about?
And then you give this.
I
Does
forgot
anyone
about
else
sneak
see a
attack,
pattern
okay?
here?
I forgot about fucking sneak attack!
Does
Meanwhile,
anybody else see a pattern here?
my magic weapon's magic is green.
Hvitserk. I didn't.
With my bonus action,
that could have gotten it
I
because
fucking.
they only
So
have
I designed that blade. I looked at everyone and I went for a weapon that some people might be able to use, and I didn't actually expect like Doth to be able to use it. Just because longswords and rogues don't mix. But then you pointed
Nope.
out that it's made of a light metal, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it probably can be like
You could
a
have
finesse.
said no.
I know I could have, but like
Also,
logic.
rogues do have proficiency in longsword.
Yeah, but also he
Or-
just has a shit strength, and it would have been a
Not
strength
mistaken
weapon.
reason. Even at level 1, the sneak attack damage is still gonna put short sword above longsword damage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I may tweak it after seeing it in this fight. I think I said that last session that I was going to see how it did and see if I needed to tweak it. I may tweak it a little bit. But, yeah, whatever. I'm going to be messing with things after this fight, probably. But that being said, I mean,
would
I know what
say,
HP the thing is at, and, I mean,
Just get rid of one of the D6s.
maybe...
I mean,
no.
I can do that much damage in a turn, but this
Yeah, I
guy's
mean,
resistant to bludgeoning.
rogue sneak attack balances out the fact that it doesn't get multi-attack.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, him only being able to really hit once, like,
No, I say that because the damage that the extra damage from Radiant and Necrotic, if it was on any other martial character, it'd be getting that multiple times.
yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
it would
yeah.
be broken in
It's
someone
like
else's
balanced
hands.
because it's on the rogue.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll probably leave it as is, then.
I'm not saying that it's balanced. I'm just saying it's the least broken.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
as
fair.
broken because someone else is not using it.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
fair. Hvitserk.
I
Wait, no, I still do
Oh, wait.
damage with my side sword.
Oh,
I have 2.
okay.
Wait, it
No, I can't do that.
Paul, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah.
No.
It's not.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not multi-attack. It's not multi-weaponable.
No.
Okay, who is the
So,
most dead? Who's the most dead?
I'll need to get a shield then.
Probably someone else.
It's probably a
Paul,
lot.
maybe.
Probably not me.
It's probably
Paul?
Paul.
Probably Paul.
Okay, go here. Bonus action, healing spirit on Paul. So like a cute little squirrel curls up on your shoulder. That's a spirit.
Okay.
And then action disengage.
I almost did my my trade.
Wait, can you also move it in the same turn you spawn it?
Let's see here.
I think you can. I could be wrong.
Well, it could be an action to move it. I don't know.
Whenever creature you see moves into okay. So you get a d6 of hit points. First of all,
That,
so
but
Paul, you get
this-
4 health.
Good, Paul needs that.
As a bonus action on your turn, you can move it. So
Didn't-
no, I already used my bonus
Yeah,
action
you-
to summon it. So
Yeah. Oops. What did I just
So
do?
here's a thing. It says that you can move it to a square within 30. So I don't think like if I moved it in a line that it would heal everyone in the line. I think it would just appear in that square 30 feet away or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's correct.
if
If
you
you
take it
want to
rules
get
as written correctly
Then
interpreted, that's
people would have to do like a marching formation through it.
That's what I thought everyone was doing.
Is
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I think I'm
You
gonna.
just kind
I'm
of like
gonna
walk through it.
just because I think that's really dumb. I'm gonna not do that anymore during like instead of a rest or whatever, because it's just like everyone gets full health with a second
Actually, there
level
was a
spell.
recent patch about that. Basically, it limits the maximum amount of times you can heal with it to 1 plus your wisdom mod.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm not sure if that's official, but it's something that I heard about from a secondary source. So who really knows?
I don't think it's official, but I think that's fair. I mean,
I
they
vote
can
to
only heal it
get
at once
that
per
rule.
turn.
Because
What's
that
your
spell's
wisdom? I think-
stupid overpowered, so I can do it 5 times.
Or not necessarily wisdom, but whatever your spellcast is.
Wait, do you
He's
mean
the
like
druid.
so I could do it 1 plus wisdom in a single turn? I can heal that many, or total?
Total.
Yeah, total. So I can basically do it for 5 heals total with it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
On a
I think that's
person?
balanced.
Or total?
Just total.
Just total.
Anyway,
I vote to do that.
So doesn't matter. Next.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
Okay, this thing's gonna take a legendary action.
No,
Of course
no.
it
Mm.
Am I going to sleep?
Who told Abby about legendary actions?
Me probably.
Do you remember
Louis,
me asking?
Louis. Your fault.
Do you remember me?
They accept?
I just
You're
want to
welcome.
say, do you remember me talking about legendary actions at the one in person into the wilds? When we were
Yes.
just talking at the end.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
That's what I was asking
And I wasn't
about.
even there. No, I'm joking.
This is what I was asking about. So
Okay.
Okay.
it's
who is it
going
gonna hit?
to let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, touch a tiger by its toe if it comes
Roll a-
let it go.
roll a
easy.
Roll a dice like
Yeah.
a d6 or d4 for
No.
whoever's
I
in
death
range.
and die.
Fine. That would be Bjorn.
Well, okay.
Does a 26 hit?
The 26 does hit. You had advantage anyways.
Do I?
Yes,
Yeah, because of reckless
Okay.
attack.
Fish for the crit.
Ew.
Fish for crits.
I will fish for a crit, just... No, I got an 11 on the other one. So this thing can roll low, it just hasn't been. So that's 8 piercing.
8 piercing, so 4 piercing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dice
Red.
was nice, and at least it pointed the horn at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bird.
Okay. I just want to ask, how injured does this thing look?
It's still pretty healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is called let's get out of here. Otherwise
Yeah,
we're gonna die.
exactly. That's why I was.
Hostages.
Yeah, the hostages.
Have the hostages not moved at all?
They backed up towards
They-
the door to get further
they
away.
ran away. That's their own fault. They can deal with it.
No,
Well,
we were
if we
sitting out
leave-
here to get the
yeah.
hostages.
Yeah, we.
I am going to continue to protect them because that is our job.
Elmarin did tell you people that you would probably be facing the death penalty, or you find the hostages for them.
Yes. So we have to get
Wait.
them out.
Why are they backing up and not edging around the room? They can
Because
see
there's a
that the
thing
exit's
in
on the
front of
inside,
them,
too.
and you're talking about
Because-
civilians.
The thing has a 15-foot reach and it can kill them.
10 foot to be specific, but still.
Anyway,
Yeah.
They're just
If
like
they, like,
dudes.
moved
They're
it right
not
here.
brave.
anyways, burp time.
This thing just literally came towards them with the crash, because it literally came this direction, crashing forward onto its stomach, and you think they're going to walk towards
They
it.
flopped them to death.
What does bird do, Lewis? Just a-
Bird,
We'll see
Bird
if it
moves
changes
up,
this turn, but...
help action,
Ah.
flies it.
What does talk tree do?
Took tree
Talk tree.
Talk tree.
does that.
Yes. Bjorn.
What just happened?
Bird.
Dathngar got helped.
My whole entire screen turned white.
Oh, fuck.
Give me a second. I've got to reload.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're going to heaven.
the turtles came up with the coffin and whisked you away.
Ah. deserving.
I fucking love that meme.
Did you use the help thing? What does it give you advantage?
Yeah,
What
it gives
is-
advantage on an attack.
I don't think you rolled with advantage last time, Paul.
I mean, he still hit.
Me?
I know.
Okay, I am back and I am
The
able
bird
to
helped
see-
you, which means you have advantage.
I'm
Well,
gonna
he
be,
rolled,
Uh,
he
I'm gonna
rolled
be
twice
reckless
and hit me in
again.
that 20 minutes, so.
I'm trying to do my tongue.
Sorry, go ahead.
let him do his tongue.
I'm gonna be reckless again.
Okay.
And this time,
Reckless. That hits.
it hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
This time it hits. 2
So-
plus 4 and
great damage.
And it takes the full slashing damage this time.
Okay.
Da, da.
Because it's shattered.
That one hits.
No, maybe, I don't know.
I think Abby's been playing too much Dark Souls. I think
So
she
does
just
this
expects
one
us to
hit
get
as
Dark
well?
Souls.
I've had this thing prepped for like 4 weeks, so don't even talk to me about Dark Souls.
This one hits as well, I'm guessing.
You
Yes.
haven't been playing enough Dark Souls, Matt.
Huh?
Okay. I'm rolling
think
very
we
low now.
Okay, so that's a 2 and a 5. That's neat.
Okay.
Oops, that's
In
the
there.
wrong- Oh god, you're hitting it a 3rd time with the spike timer. Okay, so then it's a 2 and another 7. Good
Yeah.
chunk of damage. Good chunk
yeah,
of
it's my turn.
damage.
Plus 7 is 13, plus 9 is 22 total damage.
I've been rolling. I was rolling really low.
Yeah, that was hard rip.
Dawn. It is your turn.
I am going to bonus action healing word Doth.
Doth. Okay.
You get 5 healing, my dude.
Hey.
And I am going to action 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dash over to here
Okay.
and kind of gesture to the like refugees and kind of like beckon them over to this way.
Oh, that's right. It hit Bjorn, so that means a crystal dropped.
Yay.
Oops.
Also, I think he gets an opportunity attack.
No. Wait. No.
I wasn't right up next to
He
it.
was right
He was-
here. It has a 10-foot
he was
reach
with
on
the
its attacks. I don't know how that works.
It hit me, so a crystal drops next to Suka.
It's random.
I see.
Yes, it is. It's when it leaves its attack radius.
So it will get
So
an
it
attack.
does it
roll.
have a melee range of 10 feet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then instead of dashing, I would action disengage.
Then that's fine. I won't make the attack then. Yeah, this thing is not fun. Suka.
I'm actually going to go this direction.
Okay. But you're still
I'm
gesturing
going
to the
to-
refugees. What? They're not even
like-
refugees.
Say some words, slam my chest. A white rune will glow on my chainmail. I'll get a little frosty, and my muscles will get more defined. And I'll step to the side a little bit,
Okay.
and then I am stronger now.
Your
And
muscles
I'll-
get more defined. Do you like draw on them with a Sharpie to define them?
No, like the veins pop and it gets colder.
I like the idea of drawing on muscles, like drawing on a 6-pack more.
Well, it's
Well, I mean,
Like-
they're runes.
anyway.
Sorry, my bad.
Anyway,
I'll take a D4 for that one.
Anyway. Hold on, I have to check. Okay, that's just strength checks.
Take a mental D4
Attack,
for
attack, attack.
This probably would be easier if I had my
Miss
calculator.
and miss. I'm really disgruntled. Action surge just to try it. Miss and miss. Okay.
Yep,
That's
you
not-
hit nothing.
Oh, you had a +7 too.
Two.
the highest you rolled was an 8.
Yes. I realized that.
Yikes.
That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts.
I get all my bad luck out now. That's what I'll do.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Get all
Okay,
the bad
just
luck
take
out
this
in the
turn.
fight,
Just
so you
save
get
her.
good
Save
luck in the RP.
If you were to observe
Yes,
this
so can.
hypothetical situation from before it happened, you could say
So
that's
she
what
can make
happens.
it
But
here.
in truth, your bad luck
wait,
is still
she's-
present.
She can make it there. That would be
okay.
out of its range.
Before we go any further,
Oops.
I just want to go ahead and present this idea to the group.
Mm.
TPK does not mean every single person dies, but the vast majority of the group dies.
We're
So
gonna get out.
half
It's
or
fine. Don't
more-
worry about it.
Half
Just-
or more, if they die, counts as a TPK.
Look,
Just
we'll,
clarify.
we'll figure
Don't worry
that out
about, Don't worry
later.
about it when it happens.
We're having fun, Matt.
She
Just
is.
clear.
No need to be so gloomy
over
all the
here.
time.
So she's running now.
My character dies.
Jasuk.
Okay, well, it looks like things are in motion to start backing off.
I forgot to
So
put my thing.
I will continue to be backing off. And there we go. Let me just gonna move to right about there, and then magic missile as a 3rd level. Actually, no. I'm gonna take a chance. Before I do the movement, I am going to cast Aurora Borealis on Mr. Stones.
A wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, and I tell everyone to make a run for it.
Okay.
Big brain. Yeah.
Oh
I hope he doesn't have legendary resistances.
That's the one thing I didn't give him.
Hooray!
Okay, he's done for a minute.
And we need to get...
Death
we need
MVP.
to- yeah. Huh? Run, you say?
Each creature in the area.
Wait, is he immune to charmed?
No.
It's just
Okay.
staring its head in the Aurora Borealis. Like,
His
really-
head is in the northern lights.
Aurora Borealis concentrated to this cave in this climate?
Yes.
I love this spell.
Okay, so we
Okay,
have
and now I
10
tell
rounds.
everyone to run.
Okay.
For the hostages.
Ten
For
rounds.
the hostages.
Let's see. So he can move here.
I use my
Okay,
action.
so we,
And then-
basically
Shake
we
it out
have
of it.
600 feet,
And
I
then
think.
he can dash.
Except for
here.
Dath, who has 900 feet.
except for Dath.
Yes. And then its turn.
And me.
It can't
No,
make
I
any
can
checks to
again.
try and break out of
It
this.
does not. It cannot do anything
Wow.
unless
It
there is a
cannot
creature
do-
that makes an attack against it or uses an action to wake them. Or actually, no, it's not
Beautiful.
make an attack. If they take damage, rather.
Mm-hmm.
So if it takes damage from this explosive...
Does it take damage from its own crystal?
It
So
does
far,
not.
It has
so
not.
far.
I couldn't hear anything. What?
So far, it
Well,
has not.
Okay, thank you.
It does not. It's immune
Well,
to its
it's
own
immune to
damage.
fire.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's why it's immune to
Give
fire.
me a moment.
That makes sense.
Oh.
The thing.
I probably would have... Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably would have made them...
Give me a moment. This is breaking my brain. I gotta check a thing.
Does it work?
I'm literally. There's
Now
one
you
thing
know how
I
it feels to make
briefly thought
monsters.
of.
You just run away.
I mean,
Okay, there is a
As
vast
a
difference between this
character,
monster and any
there
single
is
tall monster.
no
we've ever
reason why our troop of level 5s that were sent to reclaim a couple of people would want to fight just a random crystal dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
But
like,
to
I
escape,
think we're gonna
surely,
lose. Like,
when
it's
we
all
can
dead.
escape,
This thing is definitely much better suited to a party of like level 8s.
No.
Like, oh, trust me, this is definitely better
I feel
suited
like
to a
if
party
we
level
got
8s.
better rolls, if
I think we could have killed it.
We could have.
I think we can kill it 100%.
I
We
think
can
we
kill
could
it. It's
kill
just
it
easier to
100%.
run. It's easier to
It-
run. Why would you
it's-
not run?
AC times HP times its damage output per round would indicate that average HP of the party needs to be above 50. The average HP of the party is in the 30s right now, which would
Yes.
indicate
It's-
3 more levels, which is 8s.
I think we could beat it. It's just much easier to run.
I think it-
Get anything from
I
killing
think, yeah.
And
Yes.
also, I wasted both of my like 3rd level spell slots.
Wasted?
removing curses.
If you didn't do that, I would just be in a corner polishing.
If you didn't do
Stone
that,
as
I
this
wouldn't be in
happened.
this fight.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand as much, but like,
I know.
I don't have
You're
any
just
3rd level
making
spell
fun of
slots,
your
which is
word
kind
choice,
of
is
how.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how.
Okay,
weird I've
I
been able
checked
to
one
kind of
thing
turn
and I
the
did
tide.
one thing just to see. I was curious about a potential outcome that could happen, and yeah, no, so far it seems like it's just stuck. So
I fucking
Okay,
run.
we have 10 rounds.
Blow up.
All right, Dathngar.
Top of the
you get-
round, that thing blows up, but nobody's
yes,
Are we
that's-
staying in turn
nobody's-
order as we're running away?
nobody's next to it. For the moment, yes,
Okay.
because
Damn.
Paul,
We'll
you
see.
get one.
So
health.
that crystal explodes, by the way.
yeah, it explodes, but nobody's next to it, so we're good.
So, Paul, take your turn. You can move up to 90 feet with double dash.
90 feet.
Yeah, with double
Oh,
dash.
shit. Oh my god, I'm a rogue. And teleport.
Yes, rogues can do the omae wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
Nani? You got this big giant crystal dragon. Imagine Paul doing that, and like this big crystal dragon thing that's like attacking people. It just goes Nani.
Okay.
You see,
So,
I could
what
be
do you
an
do,
epic
Paul?
beam and just stand here and wait for combat to technically be over and then re-enter combat and use my assassination perk and then run away. Just for damage. I just want to see the numbers. But
this thing
I
is
guess
looking
I'll just run.
sort of hurt
It's not
now. I'll tell you, it's around the 50% mark.
I'll go here.
I
We've
really
already
want
used
to kill it, but
Like the
I'll
big
take
thing is though is we've already used a lot of our stuff.
The thing is, I
Yeah.
really do want to kill it because I could use its body stuff for cool weapons.
I mean, do what you want to do.
There's nothing to say that we can't come back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Except
fair.
maybe the Darks. They might be kind of pissed at us still.
We can just kill all the Dark Elves. They're nothing compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I think they
maybe-
would be happy that Talison's dead, and they'd be satisfied.
The Dark Elves.
I think they'll be very upset that I'm alive.
Okay, so Hvitserk.
I mean, I'm running.
Okay, move your token. We're
I'm-
staying in initiative for the moment.
if everyone else is running, I'll run too.
I want to see
Suka,
what,
you
how
get-
far everyone's moving.
You
and
get 1
everything.
health, Suka.
Thank you.
Action.
Canonically, I am the one who ran first.
I just want to see where everyone is because I'm like I am rolling a few things behind the scenes just because I'm kind of like, okay, this could happen.
Like an earthquake and the stalagmite falls and hits
Yeah,
it.
something stupid like that. You'll see if it happens.
Oh,
She's
Or
rolling
what-
dice behind the
I'm
scenes
done.
to see how hard we're about to get.
And attacks it.
Bird turn.
So in here, is it still like open? Like it couldn't follow us up there, or?
Okay,
There's a
Bert,
massive hole in the path.
Oh no, is this going to be a chase sequence?
It's gonna be like Bowser and Mario.
Oh god,
Oh,
wait.
no.
I know
what
what
does
I
it
want
say?
to do.
Bowser, the Mushroom Kingdom.
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, can we get this kind of visible?
Oh yeah.
Bert.
Yeah. That's the. Whoops. The.
Does anyone
Whoops.
have a purple rock?
Does anyone have a purple? Do you
I
want to
do.
throw an explodey rock at it?
It's
No,
immune
I
to
was
fire.
thinking we blow up the bridge behind us.
Ew.
Yeah, I think that's good thinking.
Fly, you fools!
Yeah, that's
I was
what I was
gonna
thinking.
spam entangle behind us to make it
Shut
so
up.
So has Daft
Yes.
moved?
Explode.
Is everyone moving?
Yes.
yeah, this
I
is.
mean, it's your turn.
It's
I was waiting for a turn order to say it's my turn.
Oh fuck.
I guess we haven't been.
Bird
the
did a
DM
thing.
hasn't skipped
Bird
it.
move.
Bjorn,
There.
do.
That's how far I can move.
Turtle move.
turtle.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
No,
Next
because you're
year.
more of a frog. That's the next race that needs to be added is Grung.
Yes.
Oh my god. Dawn, your turn.
Or fall season for that.
What?
The frogs are devils. They're not playable races.
Good. Well, actually, not good, but
Okay,
That
that's my
makes me
turn.
sad.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, I'm gonna healing word on Suka on the way out.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, you got to say bonus action heals for if someone actually hits 0.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got 2
You're not-
uses left. Actually,
I'm not
you know,
that
you're
hurt.
right. Yeah, let's just leave it as is
Okay.
then.
Suka.
All right.
You get 3 more health.
I guess we're running then. And then I'll. Can I pick this guy up and run with him?
You want to grab Quevin and run with it? I mean, sure, you could.
At half movement.
That'd
I'll-
probably be
Half
slower
movement.
than just both running.
Yeah,
That
because
would-
he can
would
run and
be.
take a dash action and everything.
I was
What?
thinking of doing exactly that because I could do double dash.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, okay, but here's the thing: it wouldn't be half movement because he's a large size larger. That's only for equal sizes.
Oh.
The half
Ew.
movement thing.
Yes.
Because of the way like cavalry rules work and carrying rules.
You could do that then and have
Yeah,
your
you can
normal
move him.
movement.
You can move him at full speed.
Like,
But it'd be an
Her
action to
leg's
pick
not
him up.
broken.
Yeah. I mean, you could pick them up and run, and that would have one more
Yeah,
person protected,
yeah, I
or you
wouldn't
could
do
just let
that.
them both run and take dash actions.
I'll just take dash action.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean you'll get further if you both take dash action.
Mm-hmm. So I'll dash. Where do I end up?
You get 60 feet.
I really feel like this crystal salamander is gonna cheese itself and eat our hostages.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh no, it's the fuzz. We gotta cheese it.
it's an amusing theory.
I really. We have a lot of time,
But
so I'm
that's
just going to
a
stay here.
theory, a game theory.
What?
Oh, why are you staying there?
Because it has a minute.
You could back
why?
up just a little bit.
We get 600 feet. We don't know how fast this thing is.
Yeah,
we
I
don't
know.
know.
We should move a little bit. No, not in that direction.
Hostages.
I just don't want them to die, so I'm going to stay with
Quevin
them.
mentioned that he has fighting capabilities. Most Dark Elves are trained in some form of combat.
Yeah,
so-
but this is technically all happening at the same time, and they're about to run past you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This just hasn't been their turn yet.
Yeah, we're all running together.
Pretty much.
I mean, this person's gonna get down to here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gonna get down to there, and he can make
Join Bjorn.
He can make it to here. So they're both gonna be
Yeah,
able to
they
make it
can,
pretty
they can both make it well out of the way. At least move half of your. At least move 30 feet.
Yeah, that's what I'd
Okay.
suggest. Okay, and then it's just Siva's turn, and she's gonna like go here and then there. So, fuck, was it like here? Oh, whatever, it's close enough. Jasuk.
Right, I am going to move.
You gonna book
it? Right about. Oh, there.
Okay. Okay, so that's your turn, and then
Quevin's
it's
turn.
Quevin's turn, and he is. Okay, what is he gonna? He's gonna run. That's what he's gonna do because he's terrified.
As I would say, if they're gonna bank up on the first turn that they're here, they better
Yeah.
be running now.
Yeah, that is correct.
Better not go into this.
No, he's running. My parents are shouting at my room, so I'm not very focused right now.
At your room?
Yeah, they're shouting outside my room.
This
and
door.
There's a
They're
These
mad.
ugly walls. I hate this room.
They're mad at
So
the room specifically.
Okay, so that's.
Okay, now it's its turn. It's stunned.
It is not stunned.
It is not stunned. It is
Charmed.
incapacitated and charmed.
It is not charmed.
Incapacitated.
Oh,
Oh no.
Why is it not charmed?
So as you people are running, you hear a noise. Like this thing is dead silent. It's kind of swaying, and then it just kind of makes like almost a noise of pain, and then it's shaking its head and it's looking around and it's like snarling and snorting. Something.
When the DM's just like, no.
I actually rolled a thing. I'm not saying
think-
no. There's a reason for this.
The famed
I
one
think
sided
a
die.
god
The thing-
was angry
the
at
thing-
us, and it like. clicked
Hage
it.
sent a stalagmite to fall on its head. Because Hage is just like, fuck you guys in particular.
I
I
mean,
put the stone back. on.
I specifically told them not to mess with him.
You don't know how petty these gods are. So let's see. So it can do that, and then it can do.
Fuck.
Can do
You gotta keep in mind its size with these crystals.
Oh, yeah,
It
no,
would have to pick a direction.
no. So that's 10, 20, that's 50. So it could. So first, it's going to move to there, which I think is 30 feet. And then it starts digging in the ground.
oh
And
fuck.
you start seeing this thing disappear. And it is now considered burrowed. So,
So
I
we
don't,
can't see it at all anymore?
yeah, probably you can't see it.
Fuck, that was my plan.
As long as we all dash out of the room, we can all make it past where he can't be underground physically anymore.
What's the platform? We don't know what the platform's like.
What-
It could be a
yeah, what's this
solid
area
pillar.
right here?
I said it
Like a
was like a
solid-
pedestal set in the void. So there's ground underneath it, but everything along the sides is kind of empty.
Yeah,
and
this
you are
is, like,
standing on a
less than
small
its
bridge.
size.
This
The
section right
bridge
here is a
Is
small
a bridge, though, right?
Yes, it's arching above the platform.
Okay.
But right here is like the edge of the pedestal itself. So
Worst
Dog-
case scenario, she kills the bridge and we all die in the void.
Interesting theory.
War falls, everyone dies.
Yep.
That's just a theory. A game theory. That's the second time I've used this joke.
Banned.
From your own game.
From my own
Yeah,
game!
I mean, the furthest person away can get 20 feet under the bridge. We're fine. Everybody just resume dashing.
As far as you know, it crawled into the ground and there's a big giant
What
hole.
legendary actions? Legendary action.
Just move. She can cheat for herself all she wants to.
My turn. Our hostages are gonna get oofed.
No, they're okay.
They can make it.
They can get across the bridge.
They can make it. We're fine.
They get to the bridge.
Just get going, Paul.
Oh.
Well healed then, worst case scenario.
I've only gone half my total distance I can go, but I'm already at the end of the bridge.
The end of the map.
So wait there for us. Just wait.
You know you can move characters independently of each other to different layers.
What?
So, hypothetically, if I wanted to abandon everyone and keep running,
You could get.
There
rid
is
of-
no other map.
oh, okay.
Okay, so Jasiva is running normally and in full speed, right?
At
Or
dash,
no?
yes.
Okay, so she can move 60 feet.
So she can get all the way to here, by the way. We
Okay.
measured it like 3 times.
I'll go there then.
Okay. That's your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm off screen running.
What?
You can't
No.
move further.
Okay. Bird.
Actually,
Whoop. What?
yeah, I'll do that. That's
Okay.
fine. Never mind.
So bird's just continuing to fly, I'm assuming.
Yep, 100. Actually, no, it's gonna wait right about there for me to catch up.
Okay. Bjorn.
I can make it to there.
Really, there's
Okay.
no reason for my familiar to be that far ahead of me.
Okay. Dawn.
Uh,
How
okay.
how gracefully does your turtle run?
He like waddles. He
I-
like violently waddles.
The thing is, they have a normal movement speed still.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
just probably
he's-
looks
Yeah, I
funky.
know.
He waddles. Okay, I'm gonna run to here.
I mean, turtles
And-
can move fast. They just look.
Yeah. Turtles
One,
move fast. Tortoises.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, it's called a
Sick.
tortle. So it's a weird
And
human thing.
I am going to
Yeah, I know.
hold action that when he pops up out of the ground, I am going to cast darkness wherever his face comes out of the ground.
Ooh. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And so that I have that held action. So, you know, if he doesn't pop up out of the ground in the next round, it's wasted, but that's my held action.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Rune.
Suka?
Bleed.
Brit.
Go bleed.
Brit.
Run.
Wait, I gotta click on it. Yeah, Suka, move.
Run.
Yeah, eternally.
Run.
I guess I'll move.
Just get away, get away.
Just-
Everybody can move before it, but like,
The good and bad things about it being last in the turn order.
yeah.
Yeah.
They can both make it onto the bridge comfortably.
Making sure that they can both get past me.
Yes.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna
yes.
hold my action to slam the bridge with my warhammer and break it if I can. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so she can like make it.
Break the bridge. Go ahead.
You can.
Shut
You're gonna
up.
like. You're gonna be like Thor and just. Do you want me to put the hammer down? Fucking.
I'm gonna hold action to Sudoku.
Sudoku. That's the
I'm gonna
puzzle
hold my
game
action
though.
To throw myself into the pit.
Just so.
What's the trigger?
And the second anyone
Literally
breathes,
anything.
All right, I'm
Hold my action.
there and beyond.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
Quevin's turn.
Yeah, yep, Quevin's turn. He's going to
Run,
be able
Quevin.
to make it there, and then he can make it to yeah. So he's going to be able to catch up with you guys fine. He'll be right here for now. And then it's this
You can-
thing's turn, and we'll see if it does anything. So I wish that there was a
Burrow through the
way.
ground.
Oh wait, there's a way to do the ruler and hide it from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck? Oh
I
my
mean-
You're
god!
the DM, you can hide whatever you want to hide.
I didn't realize I could hide the ruler from people.
He like has 180-foot burrow speed.
180 foot.
And can also burrow invisibly through the air.
So the ground is shaking. It's like like physically you can feel it shaking. You can see the ground cracking and splintering. And you can kind of like guess where this thing is burrowing. And it is burrowing like straight at you people. And once it reaches the bridge, it it fucking like lunges up. Like, those of you who have seen Pacific Rim, when you got Gypsy fighting the one kaiju and he's like walking around and it bursts from the building, it's doing that shit. And it just bursts out of the ground. I think I could actually make it a little bit closer. I'm actually going to say it makes it a little bit closer so we can make an attack on Suka. Just to be mean.
Darkness.
It's going to make that attack with disadvantage because...
Yeah, that is correct.
I need to make sure I got the radius right.
Disadvantage on the darkness.
There we go.
Boom. Okay. And it is going to try to attack Suka with its horn. 13. Doesn't hit him, I'm guessing.
It does. No, I'm joking.
I was about to be really excited, man.
I throw myself on the horn.
But it can actually make 2 attacks.
Still at disadvantage.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So yeah, it bursts from the ground, rocks and debris scattering everywhere, and as it's like
When
lunging
you have a
towards
creative
you,
solution and the DM says no,
the
and then
dark-
you were like, another creative solution.
and then the blackness like engulfs its face, and it just starts like shrieking and lashing out blindly in this darkness. Suka, you can feel the wind rushing past you and feel the weight of this creature like narrowly missing you right off to the side. If you gotten hit, it probably would have hurt like a motherfucker.
Episode name: Why DMs Hate Clerics.
I didn't even do the first one.
I know. I'm just saying it.
The stunning one.
I know. I'm just saying it.
And most players don't even get
Fair. I believe there's probably more
Go,
hating.
Paul.
I'm going to let you guys do one more round. You can just say if you're going to keep running or not. But if anyone wants to do anything like Suka with potentially crashing the bridge or anything, you can do it in this one round. So
By
you can
the way, he wasn't serious with that. He said I'm joking.
No, I'm just saying. This is like last round before you guys keep running.
I totally am serious.
So, Paul, you keep running?
I'm gonna like kind of hang back curiously, like, are they gonna die? Like, kind of looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
Sure, and that's my.
Okay, Hvitserk, are you just gonna keep running?
No, I'm gonna cast Entangle on it. It's gonna fail, but it's gonna make a strength save.
Okay. Interesting. Oh wait, it's not a disadvantage. No, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Wait. No.
Never mind. It's not 20.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But it's still difficult terrain on it. So.
Okay. That's good to know.
If it tries to follow us onto the bridge, which it's too big to do.
Probably.
It can squeeze onto it.
And then I bonus action turn into a
to
warhorse and like slow down a second so that the dark elves can get on my back.
Okay, are you big creature?
Yeah, but I mean
Yes.
I'm off screen a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I just want to get to the
No
point
horde.
where they can run and then get on me and then.
Okay. Bird
Yeah,
is now
he's
caught up
mentally.
and is flying with
He's
you.
large
I'm guessing
and he
Jasuk.
can move them.
Lewis, Bird is now flying
Bird.
with you.
Bird flies to my shoulder and lands.
Okay. Bjorn, are you hanging back? Are you doing anything? Are you running?
Part of me wants to help Suka, but then I know I can't move afterwards, so I am leaving.
Okay. Good to know. Dawn, are you running or are you staying?
Should I stay or should I go?
I'm going to use the Taumaturgy cantrip
Ooh.
to make small tremors in the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right here.
Okay.
Just small ones, like basically the kind of pattern of footsteps running in that direction.
To kind of see if you can make
kind
it.
of like running away from the thing. To kind of like fool it. I guess I could technically make an insight check against
which
my
stat is insight?
spellcasting.
Well, because there are so many.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
6.
It fails, so
Yep.
it is to see.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, it's 14 save. So there is 2 tremors kind of like in that area,
Okay.
kind of in that direction as though it were footsteps. And I'm also going to use my action I'm going to use the rest of my movement and get off the screen.
But it also still hears our footsteps
Yes,
in
it
this
does.
direction.
It does, but it also feels and hears footsteps of it too.
Yes. Suka, what are you going to do?
How far did this bridge go out before, like, is this the wall, this little gray thing?
So, yeah, this
Like
is the
right here?
wall right here. So this is the archway right here.
Okay,
So the bridge itself is like 10 feet across?
so I can't see it anymore, but
No. Plus
I'm
you're in
just going
darkness.
to, I can't see the bridge, so I don't know where would be the best place to hit it. But I was
no,
trying
you
to
would,
break.
you would have already known what it was though.
I think if you could break it by hitting it, just the giant salamander would break it by stepping on it.
That's my plan. I'm gonna crack it if I hit it and I hit it really hard.
Just hit it as hard as you can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it twice as hard as I can, and then I'm gonna run.
Okay.
It's the floor. How could you possibly miss?
I feel like the only reason why this is a possibility is just because he's roided up on like at least 2 runes right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So make your
he's
attack
super
rolls and just
roided.
roll your damage flat out.
Okay.
Oh, not 20!
You're
Ugh! Strong
so
boy!
10 in my roid rage. Nat 6s on both those.
Woohoo!
So that's 12, 24, 39 total damage.
I will be honest, I was gonna like maybe let it crack, and I was like internally kind of hoping you get a nat 20 because I told myself if he gets a nat 20, I'm gonna let him do the thing.
Aha!
So you bring your hammer down, and the bridge like cracks kind of spread out from where your impact is, and you're so roided up and everything that you lift your hammer up and you just bring it down with like this thunderous crash that's above even the noise of the dragon, and the bridge just like it's like where it's always in the movies and the ice starts breaking out under people and it just keeps spreading. That starts happening across the bridge. Are you going to move?
You shan't pass anymore, and then I run.
Suka!
You shan't pass anymore.
Shan't pass. And she's going to spend her movement running. So she's going to catch up with you people and everything. Jasuk, you're going to keep running, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yep.
I sure hope the next adventurers to pass through this way know how to fly.
I mean, it's only a 15-foot gap.
Yeah, you can jump that.
Quevin is going to keep running now, and
So does that mean the dragon can jump that?
So this thing, it's still flailing, and it like stomps down on the bridge, and you can hear the stone cracking and crashing down, and you hear this thing shrieking and roaring, and you kind of like, it's like where it's a dog scrambling on wood almost. You can hear it kind of scrambling and flailing a little bit, and it doesn't sound like it falls. You don't hear that, but it does sound like it's backed up, to kind of.
Do we hear the whip?
Yeah.
Its tail reaches out and pulls me off the bridge.
Run away, you fool.
And it's kind of roaring and shrieking.
Move away from here
you can hear it kind of stomping,
manner,
maybe going
you
after those
unintelligibles.
footsteps. But it appears like it's distracted for the moment, and you all can keep running unimpaired. Stop, cat!
Okay.
I swear, I'm going to yeet this cat.
Do it.
Okay, fine, I'm gonna go
Eating
eat
cats
the
is
cat
mean.
before you distract me any more further. Go.
Eat
Go.
him.
You're gonna get kicked out.
Finish it.
Okay.
Go.
Without-
You don't thought.
So we
If my
run.
mother
We all
walks in here
sprint.
and tries to let the cat in, like right when I sit down from my chair again, I'm going to lose my shit.
I'll say, yeah.
So yes, now you are all out of combat, I will say, because you all just kind of keep running for a good long while up this tunnel.
And yeah, after a minute, I'll shrink back down. So.
I mean, the way I understand it is the tunnel is like low-key collapsy.
There are
Because of all the
places
stuff
where
on
it's
the
kind of
left.
like ruined and crumbled, and it's like there are places where it gets wider and it's still a full tunnel, but then it breaks down again, and there are a few places where it crashes down.
I'm thinking it won't be able to follow us.
So
really.
do we find our way out?
Well, I don't know. Are you people going to just keep walking, or are you going to take a moment to breathe? Because you all are just.
We're gonna run for like a solid.
We're gonna
like,
run until
20
we're
minutes.
We're
I'm
gonna
sure
run
it's not
until we're
following
so
us.
far away that
like
there's
an
no
hour or
possible-
something. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are
Until we're
not going to.
camping.
We're like gonna
So, you all.
run slow enough we can see offshoots and stuff.
Yeah. So you all just keep running, and it's like about 15 minutes of running, and like the roaring and crashing starts getting fainter and fainter. And you're still like, this is a very gradual incline, but you're pretty sure you're going up right now. But after 15 minutes, you start seeing like Jasiva, she's starting to like lag behind and breathing
I
harder. And...
slow down so she can ride on me.
Yep, so she now hops on, and she's like breathing really hard. She's not an adventurer. She's not cut out for this shit. Quevin is struggling a little bit, but nowhere near as bad as her. The running turtle.
Oh my god.
That is a fast turtle.
Again, turtles are fast. It's tortoises that are slow.
So as you're running, Quevin is kind of puffing and panting, and you kind of hear him like he's muttering under his breath, like kind of almost shell shocked, but he's muttering.
Didn't he climb up on the war horse that was?
No, he
provided
kept
for him?
running. They were fucking panicking. They were just running for a good moment because like you got the crashing of Suka and they like did like it might have been they were trying to get on the horse, but then they heard the crashing behind them and it kind of like where you flinch and you kind of they kind of did that. And just save us now on the horse, and Hvitserk is kind of doing all right, but like he's saying something about like the name Telfae. He's like muttering in Elvish under his breath as he's running.
I like how its name is like a sentence. Telfae, silent niente telodar.
It's like a Dark Souls boss name. Southern Elvish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I wonder where the inspiration is.
This
from.
thing was literally made like weeks ago. You can't. I got this before I got Dark Souls. Granted, I was playing Bloodborne before this, but it's still.
See.
No, Bloodborne names aren't as ridiculous as Dark Souls
We
names.
all
though.
know that
Every
Dark
single
Souls and Bloodborne are completely different with no
Every
similarities.
single
To be
character
fair,
should
like-
have a title that is associated with them.
You've got like.
It is
Vord.
Jonathan, King of the Boreal Valley.
You've got like Vord, Guardian of the Boreal Valley or whatever, but then Bloodborne it's just Vicar Amelia or whatever, or Cleric Beast. It's not. They don't have a title attached to those names typically. In
Oh, no,
Bloodborne.
sometimes
The
they do.
vacuous spider.
Well, that's the only one I can think of at the moment.
Mergo's Wet Nurse.
I haven't reached those bosses. I've only seen like Vicar Amelia, like Father Gascoigne,
Okay,
and
can,
all shit.
let's take
yes.
bureaucratic
Yeah,
damage
yeah,
really quick.
Okay.
So eventually you keep running, and the roaring and like crashing does like
Bang.
finally like fade away, and there doesn't appear to be anything chasing you, and it is still and it's quiet in the caves. Do you just keep running, or do you finally try to take a
Yes,
breather?
I'll
It's
be
like
like,
20. It's like 20 minutes now of just straight running.
That was amazing. Did you hear that? Did you see that? Oh wait, no, it was dark.
That I didn't expect to see that down here. That thing shouldn't exist.
That was
Was
pretty
this-
cool.
Whoa.
Did that thing have like
not be?
a story that was involved in religion by any chance?
Bjorn high five Suka.
What are you asking Quevin this, or are you just asking out of character?
No, I'm asking you. Would this kind of have any religious significance? Based
He
on
wants to know if he knows anything about it.
You actually probably would know a little bit about this from the Dark Elves. This is actually, at least depiction-wise, it matches very, very closely with a terrifying beast known from Dark Elf legend. One of the more famous beasts from Dark Elf legend. Claimed to be one of the main monsters that Moray fought directly to claim space under the mountains for the Dark Elves when they first ventured into the depths.
I would explain why Moray's sword was so good against it.
I needed to have killed it.
Lore.
Yeah. But yeah, Quevin is just like incoherently muttering that sort of thing. Like he's muttering like it's a thing from legend, it shouldn't exist. Just say like literally just like Telfae, Silen, Enta, Telodar, the one who eats the world, he shouldn't be here, he's the myth kind of stuff.
The one who eats the world.
I would have liked to have some of his teeth. They were kind of cool.
I wanted them teeth.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but we never couldn't. It was hard to hit it. You see how hard the scales were?
I tried
Exactly,
to
I
fight him,
could
but
have
it just,
made
hurt my own
armor.
teeth.
I definitely didn't think that was going. Sick.
Hold on, it's really hard to understand you, man.
Sorry, let me say that again. I don't think that was a very good.
Okay.
Very good.
You got redacted a little bit. You just said it wasn't a very good, and then it just.
It was not a very good idea.
What was not a very good idea?
Trying to
Right.
fight.
I mean,
Well,
we
that's
didn't.
why
We
we
ran
ran.
as soon as we could. What are you talking about?
No, they were talking about wanting its teeth.
Oh, yes, that. You're right.
Oh yeah.
I think honestly that we could have killed it.
I don't
But
actually want to fight it. I just thought it was cool.
I mean, I think we could have killed it, but maybe some of us are dead too. You know?
But imagine the armor
I
you
do
can
not
make
strongly
out of that.
consider that to be a good deal, especially in light of recent events.
Yes.
I would rather not have to do any more burials.
Anyway, let's keep going. I don't want to talk about recent events.
Bjorn will complain about not being able to make cool armor.
Bjorn is
That's
just
cool.
like everyone else is like we could have killed it, but
Look.
we might have died, and Bjorn is just a small price to pay for armor.
Armor should be made out of metal, not scales.
No. You're supposed to integrate the scales into the metal.
Okay.
Sign of it. Make it look like it.
Especially like legendary creatures, they have more resistance than just metal. So you use that, and you make better armor.
But use a legendary metal creature, Leah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
you
but
people
it's
keep
not made
walking?
of metal. Yeah, we're just keeping.
Yeah,
we're walking as we talk.
We're talking in character.
Yep.
I want
I
to
just wanna
ask
make
my pet sword what he thought about that monster and if he wanted to kill it.
Your pet sword. He probably would have noted that, like, at least conveyed to you that he would have gladly killed that thing 1,000 times over. He remembers fighting that thing. He says that it's gotten uglier since the last time he saw it. But yeah, the sword.
I mean, age does that.
But yeah, the sword seemed like he was really into killing the thing, and he got it. Like, that's the most, like, energetic and positive you've heard the sword, is the idea of killing that big thing. The sword, you don't have Angus this time going big monster, you've got the sword going big monster this time.
I'm just gonna clarify, Bjorn, big monster.
Yeah, but you've got, like, the sword and Bjorn both going big monster.
Bjorn is the new Angus.
Okay, so you keep walking, and you're still walking for a while, and eventually, the passageways start narrowing, and, like, this area that you're walking in, aside from the collapsed-in parts, it's clearly, like, hewn stone walls, and it's very, like, clearly, carved out, but it starts transitioning to more, like, natural, kind of rugged, stone caves, and once again you're walking in a cavern passageway and kind of just slowly walking, and it's going up. There are some areas that are more steep, and you kind of need to sometimes help people, like, up a step or something, because it's just getting steeper as it's going up. And I'd like everyone to make perception checks.
Okay. For me, and because my bird is out.
For a bird.
Wow.
Meow.
It might be good if
Bird
I,
is the
like...
bird.
Yep.
Do you slap guidance on yourself?
Oh yeah, I did, boy.
So most of you, as you're walking, you're noticing, like, the passageway is getting narrower and narrower, and you're, like, starting to need to squeeze, and eventually it just seems to come to a dead end. And it's kind of like, it's a moment of, oh no, what do we do? But as you're standing here, you hear a noise that's just like, ting, ting, almost like a mining pick. Somewhat, like, muffled and distant, but, like, past this dead end.
I'm just gonna start digging.
Can I investigate?
Oh
the
yeah,
wall?
wait, no, we just let the turtle dig. I mean, that's probably the fastest way out.
It might take him a few minutes, but I mean, he could certainly try, and it probably would work. But yes, you may also investigate the wall. So, 24.
One moment, please.
It appears to just kind of be stone wall. The wall here is made out of wall.
Yes.
Can you get a python and a hammer and try to mimic the pick from the other side of the wall? Like, exactly?
Yes. I'm not sure why, but yes.
Okay, I want to see if they can hear us.
Okay. You're doing this, and as you're continuing to burrow, like, you're pinging on the wall, and the turtle is burrowing, and the noises are, like, starting to get louder, and you start hearing it's not just one, like, pickaxe mining. You're starting to hear more and more pickaxes. You're starting to hear, like, shouting, as well, like, workforce shouting.
Right when the wall gets, like,
Wait,
paper
excuse me,
thin.
what did you just say?
I think we're breaking into a mine.
Yeah.
No, wait, what sort of shouting did you say?
Workforce.
I thought I heard Warforged, and I was like...
Haha, that's the secret race that I've
Time
added.
for
It's not
another
the
fight.
turtle.
Right when the wall gets paper thin, I'd be like,
I probably shouldn't be the first face they see. Does anyone else want to go forward?
I volunteer myself as tribute. I, of course, have my sword out, as I always do. But
Okay.
also, I have a python and a hammer.
so right as the wall gets paper
How
thin,
many hands
I'm
do
gonna,
you
like,
have?
Put him very close.
No, he's got like a
And
sword
then-
in his teeth.
I'm
He's rolling
gonna
over his aura.
I'm gonna reach around his body and
Mhm.
dig away the last little bit of the stone. I'm
Okay.
just gonna like belly bump him through.
I'm imagining
so-
like the Saitama face when they're doing the molding.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. And like Doth's face like peeks through this hole, and you just start hearing like cursing and shouting in Elvish, and like your eyes need to adjust for a moment because it's more brightly lit here. But what you see, Doth at least, you see arcane crystals first of all, in mostly like blues and pinks, not in like the purple color that you're familiar with, that explodes. But you see pickaxes and other mining equipment, and then you see dark elves. And they appear to be freaking the fuck out because there is a face coming out of their wall.
And one swings their pickaxe at you. Anju.
Hello, I am
Here's
Dathngar, the Mindset Fairy.
Does a 19 hit you?
I will grant you 3 wishes.
Does a 19 hit?
What?
They were surprised and swung a pickaxe.
Does a 19 hit?
No, it does hit.
You take 1 damage from a pickaxe being swung straight into your face.
Ah,
You're lucky it wasn't a lobotomy.
What the hell are you?
I was going to say that I'm Dathngar, the Mineshaft Fairy, and I'm going to give you 3 wishes.
What the fuck?
Deception. I
But
don't
you
want
don't get
to.
wishes
Deception.
anymore.
Are you actually trying to deceive them?
No.
D-
No.
Okay, then I won't make you roll deception.
You don't get wishes anymore. We just stumbled our way out of an ancient ruin, you see.
And Elvish gonna be like,
Is everything okay? Can we come out now?
Are there more of you?
Yes, and
Yes, what's going
Yes.
on up there?
there's lots of
And I'm
different types of
I'm gonna
Mineshaft
keep-
fairies.
I'm gonna keep digging away the hole.
Okay, so you
Behold, it is a Mineshaft fairies.
gesturing at like the bird that Jasuk has. It's just behold
I'm gesturing
man!
at the hole at the dog.
the gang popping out from the other side of the wall.
Look, that's it. Quevin and Jasiva out too.
Oh yeah. Maybe they should have been the first ones to speak.
Oh, and by the way,
We force, or I
Where are
forced
these
Quevin
two?
and Jasiva out before me.
Okay, so you kind of like shove them past people, and they kind of like
in
stumble
all
out,
seriousness,
and
we aren't really.
there's more like exclamations from the workers, and then you hear Quevin kind of straighten up. It's just, yes, they're with us. They rescued us. We're part of the research party that went missing recently. Don't worry about this. Does anyone happen to know where Ilmrin or any of the Guardians are? And the workers are kind of like looking at each other, and they're kind of sort of relaxing, seeing another of their own. And they kind of just point like towards the exit of the mine. And Quevin is just like, he looks back at you all and he kind of like claps his hands together. I think we can go. I think we're fine.
Wait,
Alright.
should we tell them about the world-eating super monster?
No, don't mention it.
That's actually
No,
like
no,
Don't
really
mention
quick.
the world-eating super monster. I think
Uh,
that's a pretty.
He kind of
Make
turns.
sure you don't dig too deep.
He turns back to the elf.
Oh, too
Or
good.
too
Greedily.
greedily.
Most of these dark elves are speaking entirely in Elvish. I will say that, so that's why Doth is able to understand them. But
And like all the other elves.
yes,
I speak
well, I'm
Elvish
saying
too.
that. Okay,
And me.
Suka and Bjorn, I don't think do.
No, we don't.
So Quevin turns
I
back
don't
to them
know.
after hearing that. It's just, don't have anyone go down this tunnel for quite some time. I'm going to mention this to Ilmran and the rest of the Guardians. There's a very big spiky teeth thing down there. Not fun. We almost died. I would.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, that's kind of the play. It's fucking Telfey from the legend. Just don't have anyone go down there, please.
All the stories are pretty true.
We'll discuss that later. Don't the workers, don't mind them. And he kind of like
Big
starts.
and scary, and it shits
He
on
starts
Don't
like
panic,
trying to
look, there's a
gesture for you
giant
people to
burrowing
leave.
dragon coming up. No.
Don't
Good news,
panic,
everyone.
but the devil exists.
Quevin starts like
And he's
pulling you
coming
people out of the
and
hole
he's
and like
right
shoving you
below
towards
you.
the exit.
We're going.
Okay,
We're
so
going.
you people leave,
Thank you,
and
thank you,
as
people.
you're leaving the mine, you see more workers who are kind of like clearly clearing out like arcane crystals and everything.
Hello,
And-
hello.
Yeah, this is just like waving as your people are passing, and they're all like pausing in their
I'm a
work.
horse waving at them also.
Oh,
Waving at them like we're on parade after
Yeah, exactly.
victoriously
Quevin appears to be like trying to kind of like soothe people
My
and to like
bird's
explain.
still on my shoulder. It turns to one of them and gives them a salute.
Quevin appears to be having a very hard time calming down the workers, but he's managing, and Jasiva is also assisting. But you people are
There's
making
a
it a little
giant
difficult.
turtle creature's also just waving at everybody as he walks by.
Yes.
I want to activate my my flashlight on my sword.
Oh no, you're gonna activate the flashlight?
Yeah, I'm gonna activate the flashlight.
That's the flashlight, not the other thing. Why?
The sword? I want to be able to see.
You can already see. You have dark vision.
Okay, I'll
And it's
keep
lit
my
up here. They have torches.
Is that what the sword says to me?
The sword calls you a dumbass.
That's what your conscience says to you.
Hello.
The sword calls you a dumbass and points out that there are already lights in this mine.
I'm sure your grandfather's seen one of me.
So you continue out and you reach the end of the mine,
How
and
old are you?
there are guards. Like you recognize it's the guards and everything, and they're standing at the front, and they kind of see all of you, and they whip around with like their swords ready, and then they see Quevin and Jasiva, and Quevin's like making gestures of, "We're okay. We're not okay, but we're okay. We're cool, guys." And he kind of explains, and he asks where Ilmrin is, and they just kind of like, they pretty much, the guards look at each other, and they're just like, "We will take you to him." And they start escorting you, and you're being escorted.
I have a question.
Yes, for the guards.
Yeah, my eyes hurt. Do you guys have any kind of, covering for that when you go outside, or it just me?
What do you mean by your eyes hurt?
Like shaded glass or something kind of to protect my eyes? It's very bright in here.
We don't.
It's not.
It's relatively bright. There's crystals lighting up everything right now. It's brighter than it was in the caves. It's not bright as it would be outside. I'd say maybe it's like twilight, kind of dusk lighting, maybe. So it's not.
So it's not bright light.
It's not. It's like right on the verge of being bright light, but it's.
But it's not.
Yeah, you're fine. It just might be a little achy on your eyes, but you're fine.
You have sunlight sensitivity?
Yes, I do. That was the
But
trick.
they're all drow. This is a city of drow.
That's true.
Well,
And
yes,
all
but
drow
also
have sunlight sensitivity.
you're used to being in much darker environments than this.
Yeah, I'm just used to like pitch black.
Yeah, he's used to like dark. They at least have some light here. So they escort you through the city, and you kind of notice like the guards escorting you guys. They're like making gestures to other groups of guards, and you have like more of them kind of filing in around you. A few, more than a few, kind of group near Bjorn.
Hi.
Where is Ilgrin?
We are taking you to him. And Quevin kind of looks back at you and just kind of like makes a "what can you do" gesture. And kind of just like, "It's gonna be fine, don't worry. I won't let them hurt you." Probably.
Do you know what I am?
You can insight check that. Are you inciting the guard or Quevin?
Yes. No, I'm kidding. I'm not insight checking.
Okay.
I lean over to one of the guards and I say,
Do you know what I am?
The guard kind of like leans a little away from you. It's just, yes and no. You're not. I've heard stories about your kind.
Okay. Can you guys bring someone like older?
That's Elmarin might know. That's
like
why
your father or grandfather or something.
We're taking you to our bosses right now. We got. Just wait. Just be patient. He kind of stops talking. So they lead you through the city, and you're on like one of the low areas of the city, lower than when you first entered the cave system. So you're going up like flights and flights and flights of stairs leading up. And the turtle is dying.
Turtle wheezes.
Are you still a horse?
Yeah.
Nay.
Horses can go up steps. I would know. I've done that with my horse, so I'm not going to give you shit about it.
I'm also an intelligent horse.
Yes, you're an intelligent horse. That's why I'm not going to give you shit about
But
it. If my horse can do it, then you can do it.
That is the
I
question.
mean, intelligence relative to a horse.
Horses are pretty damn smart. It depends on the horse. But anyway, so they lead you up the stairs, and It's smarter than Hvitserk. No. And
Smarter than the
eventually you
average
reach more the upper part of the city where you were familiar, and you see more dark elves and everything, and they're kind of like apprehensive about you people, but they see Quevin and Jasiva, and they kind of like they all give you like a dirty look, kind of regarding you, and then moving on with their lives. And rather than taking you people to the barracks that you first came out of, they lead you someplace else. And they take you up a few more flights of stairs, and like the residential buildings and the markets kind of fall away, and you're now being led up the stairs to like almost like grand cathedral kind of type, where there's big doors and archways and statues kind of leading up to it. And there's some text, some elven text above the doorway, if anyone wishes to read that, if they're interested.
Yes,
I would.
Yes, me. I want to.
So what
Yes,
you see is a bit of elven text. I will put it in chat. That's what it says, and those who can understand Elvish realize that it translates to Night Keep.
K-N-I-G-H-T or N-I-G-H-T?
Night, like nighttime.
Okay.
So not Knigget,
Edgy keep.
but Knigget.
Not Knigget.
Like that.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that. It's kind of racist.
I'm on Twitch, man.
Don't worry.
POS.
Knigget is a reference to Monty Python.
But,
We're fine.
no. So they lead
There's
you
a lot
up
of other references to Monty Python, though. They're definitely off limits nowadays.
Yes. So they lead you up these stairs, and some of the guards kind of fall aside as you reach the top of doors, which are opened by like a pair of servants, and they lead you in, and it looks kind of like the inside of the Durath castle, those of you who are familiar with it, but it's definitely like, it's in the dark, like, purpley gray stone colors, and there's purple banners, and you see carvings and detail work, and it's very pretty almost, but it feels less like a castle and more like a military base almost. So they lead you through these doorways, and there's no thrones or anything that you can see, but they appear to lead you to another set of doors that are much larger, and they kind of stop there, and one of the guards who's leading you kind of waves away some of the other ones, so there's like maybe 6 guards left with you people, and he kind of like, he leans forward and almost looks like he's listening in the room, and then he's just, wait here until the doors open, it would not be smart to go in there.
Okay.
And kind of steps back, and he kind of looks at Quevin and whispers something to him, and Quevin almost makes a face and whispers back to him, and just kind of gestures.
I want to see what they're saying.
Insight or wisdom or perception. Fuck! Perception! Over here.
Wisdom was right. It's just a different flavor of it.
Yeah. Perception is just a different flavor of wisdom. You pretty much hear the guard asking Quevin, do you think we need to keep an eye on them? And Quevin mostly just like waves them off as just like, they're fine, they saved my life, you can leave. And after that, all of the guards kind of appear to leave, aside from ones that are like,
trust us way too much.
That are like down the hall. They don't trust you, they trust Quevin. That's the thing. And
No,
they're kind
Somebody
of...
is on the guard.
So, as well with that perception, I will let you know that you hear shouting, like, not really shouting, but you hear, like, stern words coming from the other side of the door.
So not angry noises, but, like...
Angry noises, but more in the realm of, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Controlled anger.
Yeah, controlled anger.
So what I was last session, I see.
Yeah. And it's not a male voice. What you hear is a female voice. But you do hear a male voice returning a little bit.
So what was this furnishings in this room? Like, were they...
So you're in a hallway
cabinets?
right now.
Let's trash the place.
That has like, it's a big tall ceiling. It's like a 20-30 foot high ceiling that's like archways and everything. Everything is made out of like this purplish gray stone that's almost like polished. There's purple arcane crystal, not purple, there's like the pink arcane crystals lighting this area, with like purple rugs, and then there's like carvings of moire and dark elves kind of on the walls and such, almost in place of paintings, I would say.
And no like side tables or resting chairs or
there's
anything.
like there's not really any tables, but there are like small alcoves where there appear to be like maybe smaller bouquets of like cave flowers kind of deal, like exotic flowers.
Knickknacks and stuff? Offerings maybe?
A few, not really offerings, but like decor.
Okay. I'm gonna go look at that stuff and just...
Okay.
pick it up and look at it, smell it, you know.
It's too open in here. I feel
While I'm waiting, I'm just going to
Mhm.
be going around
Yep.
picking things up and laying my hands on them.
Yep, so there's still the soft noise coming from behind the door. The rest of you can hear kind of something going on behind there, but you can't, like, make out as much as the turtle was able to make out, where it's like there's voices and there's clearly a female and a male voice.
My head draws into my shell a little bit.
Quevin is, like, tapping his foot and appearing kind of annoyed, looking at the door.
just go inside.
So, let's see. Suka is looking at the trinkets. Is anyone else wanting to do anything while they wait? Whoops.
I'll just also
look
be looking
around.
at the things. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna
Okay,
actually
Suka.
go ahead and kind of adjust my robes back to where they cover everything again and put back up my hood.
Okay.
And make sure that my my emblem of my Dowdy emblem is nice and big and heavy on my chest.
I'm curious
have,
what the resident
there-
rogue is doing. What is Doth doing right now?
I am literally standing in place, holding my sword, as I always do.
I was expecting you to want to do something more than just hold your sword, but alright, fam.
I
If that's-
imagine Dath is always just T-posing everywhere and he'll says something and then he's just
Are the guards
character.
still here?
No, there are no more guards. They're down the hall. They're kind of like low-key keeping an eye on you, but apparently Quevin seemed to it convinced them things are fine. I'm keeping an eye on them, kind of deal.
I'm gonna doff my armor and return it.
Ew. Okay.
T-pose animation.
So your borrowed armor, you're gonna take that off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go return it to him. That and the sword. 'cause
Okay,
it's not mine.
so if you try to walk down the hallway, you're probably gonna get stopped. Like if you try to leave and go by yourself, you're probably gonna get stopped.
I'm literally just trying to get the guards to notice me so I can hand it to them.
Okay, so you can walk down the hallway and kind of like just
Notice me!
notice me. You just walk down the hallway and you kind of like walk up to one of them and he looks down at you and he's kind of like giving you a small stare and you just hold out your armor and like the stuff that you took and he kind of like looks confused and he looks at the guard who's like 5 feet down the hallway from him or like 10 feet down the hallway from him and he looks back at the armor and he recognizes it as dark elf armor obviously, but it's now got a bunch of spikes on it.
Yeah, it's not mine.
He kind of like cautiously takes it from you and he's kind of like, what do I do with it?
Well, bring it back to your barracks or something. Actually, the spikes are really good for fighting.
He doesn't understand a word of what you say, but he just smiles and nods.
So I return that and the dark elf sword that I had.
Okay. And he appears to stand there with it for a few more moments, like after you walk away, and then you see him kind of like look at the other one, say something in Elvish, and then like leave in the direction of the doorway.
Yeah,
And
they're
Did
not
you say
mine.
that-
I've got to return it.
Did you say that there was like plants as part of the trinkets? There's like little
yes,
flowers
so
and stuff?
what Suka's looking at is like a small like alcove kind of area that's like carved in, where it's like a table carved into the wall almost. And there's like some trinkets on there and like some vases of what appear to be like foreign flowers that are like cave flowers.
I'll eat a flower.
Hey, you want a what?
I'm eating a flower. I'm a horse.
Oh yeah, I
I'll
forgot.
feed him more, I guess. Well, do you like that? Hvitserk?
I want to try it first.
The flower
Does it
is
taste good?
tingly on the tongue.
Huh.
But it
Pretty
doesn't
weird,
seem to have
so,
any adverse effects. It just feels tingly on the tongue, and it almost like makes you want to sneeze, like you're eating pepper.
That's a little...
They have pretty weird snacks here. I would suggest eating those.
Weird
Hmm.
snacks.
Do any of the elvish artifacts mean anything to me?
Like the stuff that's on the table or anything?
Yeah, just if it's.
Not really. It's just like if you think about like decor in Skyrim,
Ah,
it's kind of in that
wouldn't
same
know,
realm.
but I'm imagining just a
That's what I
china, a
was
vase,
imagining.
that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
it's almost like that. It's maybe a little more military kind of inspired, so it's like banners and shields and that sort of thing decoration.
Okay.
But it's like not. It's just like
And
it's
I assume
showcasing armor.
the emblems on the shields or whatever are like dedicated to Hage?
They're dedicated to Moray specifically.
Moray, not Hage. My bad.
Yes. So that's what they mostly appear to be. And as you're standing there, who's like closest to the door? Because you've got Hvitserk and Suka who are like 15 feet down the hallway.
I would be waiting right in front of the door.
You'd be waiting in front of the door. I think, Doth is just T-posing in front of the door. Quevin and Jasiva are both waiting there as well. So I guess you four who are sitting there, I'm just addressing myself here, nice. You would hear like it's kind of quiet in the room, and then you hear like the shouting. It gets louder, like kind of enough where the rest of you can also hear it down the hall. And this time, what you hear like very clearly, someone is displeased with something someone else did, and kind of like it's almost like you should have consulted us. Kind of like that's kind of phrasing. You should have consulted us. You should have waited. Why the fuck did you act alone? Almost.
Dude, it's Paladin Pants.
But
What's his face?
It's Ilmrin.
One of the voices you do recognize is Ilmrin, but like not the voice that's criticizing. You hear Ilmrin saying,
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, Ilmrin is not the one criticizing. You hear him shooting back, kind of just like, I did what I needed to. Kind of just like, I didn't need permission. I did what was needed for protecting the city, kind of protesting.
I think he's getting in trouble for being like, hey, go out into the caverns and die, lol.
I don't know. But Hvitserk is like listening to this, and you see him kind of pause, and he looks at Jasiva, and like in Elvish, he's just kind of, I think Elmorin is getting his ass whooped by Ulysses.
Ulysses Esmeralda Grant or something. What is his name?
No.
Of course.
And he kind of like, you see him kind of stand there, and he almost gets like a mischievous look on his face, and he kind of, again, he's talking to, mostly to Jasiva, but the other two who are in range that can hear him, he's just like, do you think I should walk in on him? And you see Jasiva's like shaking her head, like this, she's like, dude, this is a bad idea, don't do it. But you see he's got that look on his face where he kind of like, he wants
That
to...
would be very funny.
Nod your head. Not everyone else nods their head.
I nod my head in agreement. And I
Quentin kind of looks at all of you people.
I just walk back. I have no clue what's going on, so I nod my head.
Nodding noises.
Same here.
I do not nod,
understand
but the
anything.
bird that is on my head does.
Quevin kind of grins. Quevin grins, and he goes
Nodding
to the
noises.
doors, and he's like, he just leans on the two front doors, and he kind of just shoves them both open. And he's just like, Elmorin! I
Bird
found
turns
your
to look
people
at
you
Marc.
sent to go find us! The people that you sent in here into the caves to go die if they didn't find me and Jasiva. And, like, you look in there, and you see Elmorin. He's standing there across this room, and he's looking at the door, and you see, like, this look of almost, like, panic across his face, and then it, like, goes away, and standing in front of him, also looking at the door, is a dark elf woman, who I think I drew her, actually, and I could send you guys a picture of her, actually.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I could send you guys a picture of her.
The big sexy.
Oh,
Wait, no, it's the
I'm
wrong
trying
one.
to
you're a
think of
turtle
what-
now. You can't flirt anymore.
You're-
Watch me.
Dark and elf into one
there she is.
word.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's standing in front of Ilmrin, kind of like obviously looking pissed off. And
Why does
she's
she have a
looking-
mustache?
She doesn't have
What?
a mustache. What the fuck?
That's an upper lip, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's an upper lip.
Yeah.
That's a lip.
It's the
Oh
way-
wait, that's just hair off of her face and also a scar that looked from a distance like a mustache.
Oh my god. And
What?
then standing.
What are you talking
Oh my
about?
god. Just ignore it. Ignore it. Move on. So you've got the two
No,
of
I
them
get it.
facing each other, and looking at the door, and standing like behind both of them is an absolute unit of a woman. Just a very large, bulky, dark elf
How
woman.
does she stack up against Big Mama?
She's about the same as Big Mama, maybe a little bit on the thicker side. And she's
New
wearing
waifu.
armor with a large black-colored shield on her left arm. This one I did not draw, but she has white eyes and a black-to-white gradient in her hair. And she's, like, standing behind the two of them with her arms crossed, like, staring down at Ilmrin, and now she's looking up at the door, and all three of them look like, what the fuck? And Quevin, he kind of, like, gestures behind him. Ilmrin, he sent these people into the caves to go find me under death threats, as far as I was able to discern from them. I think it was something along the lines of either he executes them, or they go and find me and Jasiva because we kind of got stuck in the caves, but that's a different story.
Hey, that was about the size of it.
And you see, like, Elmorin, he, like, kind of freezes in place, and he's, like, avoiding eye contact, and the other two who are looking at the door, their heads just pan to look at him. And they're just staring him down while he's avoiding eye contact. And they kind of, like, the one in the armor, who was in front of him, she kind of looks forward, back at you guys, sighs, looks at Ilmrin, and just in Elvish is just, "We are not done here yet," and steps forward, kind of down a set of stairs. It's like a big meeting room, I'd say.
So wait, the bigger one says that, or the smaller one?
The smaller one says that. And the other
Is that
one...
the one that sounded angry outside the room?
Yes. That matches the voice. And you actually see the other one behind her start, like, signing things, like, with her hands. Like, she snaps her fingers in front of Ilmrin's face to get him to look at her and starts making symbols with her hands.
What kind of symbols?
I don't know. It's a language you don't speak.
No.
It's sign language.
Apparently.
Wait, no, clearly she's making somatic components.
Counterspell.
All right, counterspell.
Counterspell. But the smaller one, she steps forward and is just, "I'm very sorry for anything that Ilmrin may have done. He was not supposed to act out of turn without the rest of us."
I go ahead and just
Well, I
slowly
would like to say that no harm done, but my friend is kind of dead now.
You mean one of you
I
actually
regret to
died?
inform the loss
Yeah.
of a Taliesin.
He passed in his sleep, though. Don't worry about it.
She kind of like pinches the
I
bridge of her nose.
believe it was brought upon himself.
I'm extremely sorry
sure.
for this. We can discuss this more in depth. I suppose it would be best to introduce ourselves. And she kind of bows, sweeping her cape, and is just, "I am Tel El Ulysses. You may just address me as Ulysses." And I can copy that for you. So it's a title attached to her name.
Was that her name?
Her name is Ulysses. And she has a title attached to it, which would be Tel El.
No. Yeah, in character, I'm asking
yeah.
that because you're speaking in Elvish, I presume.
Yeah, no, she switched to Common.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she switched to Common.
I maintain an Elvish.
I am Don Maska, Herald,
Good to know you.
servant of Daltiver.
Oh, yes, I know of your people. I believe we've done some trade in the past. It's
The
been...
Vocalos have not communicated.
Really? I thought that we had done that somewhat recently. I thought we had given
Well,
supply
I
drops.
I have not seen my people in a while.
Yes. And she switches back to Common. She was speaking to you in Elvish. She then gestures to
This is my crew.
She gestures to the big hunky woman behind her and is just "This is Telkirim, or Telfoko, Valra, is her name, and I will copy that one. Those of you who speak Elvish, you know that these titles, and pretty much it's the knight, Ulysses, and then the shield, Valra, is what those translate to.
Would we know what kind of significance this had? Like, is it literally just a knight, or is knight also have other meaning in
This is like
culture?
I mean, you don't know. You wouldn't be experienced with dark elf culture. You
No,
probably
I was
ask about it.
Seeing if anyone else was, basically.
I mean, Don Mosca might actually know a little bit. You know what? I'll let you make a history check, Matthew, to see what you can recall about these titles. Yeah. So what you know about these titles specifically is, as well from past interactions with dark elves, with your culture. Dark elves are typically ruled by three main kind of co-rulers, you'd say, who kind of have their own respective areas, but kind of work together as a unit. So you've got the knight, the shield, and the sword. And each of them kind of is gifted their own relic upon ascending to this position, which kind of solidifies their position. So you've got Ulysses, who's wearing pitch black armor, and you've got Valra, who has a pitch black shield strapped to her arm, and then you've got Ilmrin wielding a greatsword, a black greatsword on his back. So you know that these are titles. It's not just a common knight. She is one of the main three, if not the leader of the other two, kind of unifies the other two.
Okay.
Because the best way to put it is, a sword and a shield can only do so much by themselves. They need a knight to kind of unify them and use them to their fullest potential. So that's why they have the trio that rules things. So that's why these titles are kind of more important.
Okay.
And so that's what you would know, Dawn.
So in terms of hierarchy, would the knight be the highest ranking person in the Dark Elf Society, or just of those three?
Yes.
Or just of the military?
The military is their government.
Yes, but are there like council
This is
of
the highest
elders
ranking
that
person of
chime
the
in
whole
and
culture.
stuff?
Ulysses.
This is the top of the top.
Ulysses is the highest, and then Ilmrin and Volra are second highest, both at the same level.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, she's introducing all of them, and just kind of Ilmrin is still like there, kind of like almost sulking, with Volra just kind of like staring him down, kind of disappointed mom style.
How old is Ilmrin?
He's pretty young. I think
A little bit.
What did I put him at? I think I wanted to say he's 22.
He is exact.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
That's very young for being the leader of a whole race.
There's things behind it. There's just things about it. But yeah, so she's pretty much apologizing for whatever the fuck Ilmarin did, and for your friend, and she kind of like gestures to the room behind her where there's tables, and seats, and like if people want to sit and rest, she kind of like explains you can do that, and that she'll probably like she'll set up some better accommodations for you overnight, but like if you want to just sit and rest your feet for right now, to let them talk.
More snacks. I think the ones out here have gone bad.
What can I do about getting my things back?
Getting your things back? Did Ilmarin take your things?
Yeah.
Of course I took their things. That's standard protocol when you deal with hostages and kidnappers and any type of filth. And you just hear a smack, and you see Volra kind of like hit him over the head.
Get wrecked.
And he's like rubbing his head and looking at her, and like he makes a few gestures with his hand, and she makes a few gestures back. Before like grabbing him by the shoulder, pulling him over to a seat, and sitting him down. And he's just kind of chilling there now, and he looked kind of pissed off. And Ulysses like watching, and she looks back, and is just, again, I'm very sorry about him. We will be having further discussions about whatever he did, but I will make sure your things are retrieved from the guard barracks, and they will be returned to you. Probably not anytime, at least not right now. I support the arrangements. But if there's anything else that we can do, because apparently you did seem to bring back our researchers, it seemed, including one of our head researchers, and she kind of gestures at Quevin.
We came here to talk with the head researcher.
You came here to talk with me?
Didn't I already talk to you about this?
I think you mentioned it, but I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about it with the whole, like, there's rocks attacking us, and there's a bigger rock attacking us, but this one has teeth, and there's spiders. It was
and the crab. Don't forget the crab.
That's right, there was the crab too.
It has been an exciting set of days.
Oh yeah, the dragon.
No, that's what the dragon. That was the bigger rock with teeth.
Ulysses, to let you know. Well, simply put, tell Faye of the story.
Tell Faye.
Also, I'm speaking in Elvish now because the common tongue is very difficult.
Oh
yes, the dragon of the Elder Lore is in the basement or the mine shafts.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, tell Faye is kind of a thing. He kind of tried to eat all of us, I would say. And she kind of like pauses and she blinks and she looks like she doesn't quite believe. Like she didn't quite believe you at first, but then when Quevin kind of chimed in, that's where it was like, oh, they're not actually kidding about this. And she kind of just like, did you kill it?
No.
No.
Like maybe.
How do you expect us to kill?
I mean,
it maybe
we weren't paid to kill it.
Away.
I just wanted to be sure. I wanted to know if it's potentially going to pose a risk, and we may need to take care of it.
Yes.
There's about a 15-foot gap between it and the path directly into the rest of the city.
Oh dear. Alright,
assuming that it cannot jump, we should be fine.
I will still send people down there to at least investigate. The guards likely
the path
will know.
we took, and probably your best men. And some appropriate healing.
I may end up escorting them myself. I will take care of that. Do not worry.
Caution is advised.
And she kind of moves and sits down. And it's like a U-shaped table, I'd say. Where you've got like chairs on the sides, but then like at the very front of it, where it's like the bottom of the U, that's where there's 3 chairs, and she like sits down in the middle one. And Ilmarin, he got sat down on the one to her right, and Volra goes and sits down on the one to her left, and Ulysses kind of just gestures for the rest of you to sit down. So,
sit down.
okay.
I untransform from a horse and sit down like a normal person.
Okay. Quevin also goes and sits down, as does Jasiba. And she's just... This is a lot to take in. At first I was informed that there was a group of brigands who Ilmarinen supposedly apprehended after they were caught trying to infiltrate the city. As far as I can tell, that doesn't quite appear to be the case. You said that you came here to speak with the head researcher. For what reason?
Yes, for this reason, and I draw out my glowy necklace. It's just a glowing rock. Yes.
How did you know to come find us for the crystal?
Yeah, we were pointed in the right direction.
By
There
whom?
was the head researcher, Vale, of
Vale.
Also,
Dimithras.
Also, we figured we'd go check out the Dark Elves because Dark Elves kind of stole something from
A
Dark
Dark
Elves
Elf.
stole something.
A
Not
Dark Elf.
the Dark Elf.
A
A
Dark
Dark Elf. We have no idea if he was connected. Most likely
Most Dark Elves who are not in the city are considered outcasts or have been banished for some reason.
You see, that's what I said.
So if something
no one
was
thought you were
stolen
wrong.
from any of your people, it was likely not one of our own. It was likely someone who was banished from existing here. So
Do you have logs or something of people who
Have
were
you
banished?
expelled
we
any,
do have
like-
records of everyone who has been banished, yes.
Like any super thieves?
I suppose it would be fair for you rescuing our researchers and as some sort of payment for you potentially having been blackmailed per se into trying to save them.
Well, yes.
Yes, I will grant you access to the logs of those who have been expelled from the Darker Society. As well, Quevin will likely be happy to investigate your crystal. Is that correct? And he just gestures to the crystal and nods. Like, he seems interested in the crystal and kind of like excited to get his hands on it now that he's not fearing for his life. He was interested
And I
in it
would like
before.
to work with you on it too. Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, you can keep it with you. You can follow me to my lab, and I can do tests on it and keep an eye on it. That'll be perfectly fine. I just want, now that I'm not needing to worry about dying, I would be happy to look at your crystal for you.
Oh yeah, and I guess I sort of wanted to talk. Do you know anything about rune magic? And I pull out this sphere.
Rune magic. Quavin kind of looks at it and he just
Like
shakes
this.
his head no.
Okay.
And Ulysses and Volra also kind of like, they look at it and they're just like, well, Ulysses, she's the one who speaks. That doesn't appear to be any kind of magic that at least we use.
All right. Well,
Unfortunately.
I'll just keep it on. We found it in ruins further in. Thought it was maybe like an ancient dark elf art or something. Don't know.
Much of our history has been lost to us over time. That is part of what we are trying to do, is to, for our studies, is to reclaim it. So perhaps there is something down there that's just we don't know about. It may be part of Dark Elf history, but we at least don't have any records that exist.
You came into that library with us, right, Quevin?
Yes, I did, and I was very excited about it. There were so many books, and Calm down, take a breath, hold on. Yes, it was a library of old elven design, I'd say. Many of the words, there was a statue that was animated and had magic, and it was written in Old Elvish. Very ancient script. You know that I've done some of it, and he's kind of like talking, and you see Ulysses and Voller just kind of nodding a little bit.
And I have this old journal and this old god book that I took.
That's right, you also got those! And Quevin kind of gestures to hand them over.
I do.
Oh, I also have this obsidian spaghetti monster.
The sword.
Spaghetti monster.
No, I have an obsidian spaghetti monster statue.
Do you hand it over as well?
Oh, the statue.
Oh yeah, I have a statue too.
Okay, so do you just kind of like hand over the artifacts that you found?
Yeah, and the journal.
For examination.
For examination, not for them to keep?
Yeah.
I'm letting them keep it.
Okay.
Or I'm letting them keep the books.
Okay,
because
so
I can't read them.
Volra and Ulysses, they kind of both look it over for him, and you see like Ilmarin's kind of sort of leaning over, but Ulysses is obviously like pulling the stuff more towards Volra's side to let her see and not let him see. He's in gay baby jail right now, pretty much. So they're looking over it, and she's just, well, I'm assuming that whatever ruins these came from, they happen to be in the direction of Telfe.
Sort of
Yes.
circuitously, I guess. I don't know.
Very well. We likely will end up needing to put an expedition down there and dispatch him, so that way we can investigate these ruins further. I actually thank you for this. It has been some time since we have last entertained any visitors who are not of our own. If it would please you, I would like to have our researchers continue looking over these objects. You may have them back at any time, but for the duration of your stay, because it looks like all of you are a little roughed up, and of course Quevin will need to take time to investigate your crystal, I'd like it for our researchers to just be able to study this and potentially make copies of the statues and the books.
Uh-huh. It is.
That is understandable.
Satisfied. Yes, makes sense.
Very well.
Have a nice day.
I will inform the guards not to attack you. You likely will still be regarded with some suspicion, and I cannot allow you full free passage of the city. But you may be able to remain on the current level, which mostly has merchants and other sorts of things, as well as to any quarters that you are given. I cannot allow you free access, if you must understand. But for the time being, I will let you at least not stay in cells like Ilmrin supposedly kept you in.
This is
That
Ulysses
is-
speaking, right?
Yes.
Very nice.
Valra has not said a single word.
Okay.
Right?
Do we
And
have
you're
access
sure-
to, like, blacksmiths?
There are blacksmiths on this level, yes. You may visit them if you wish. I will warn you that most people here in the city do not understand Common. You will likely want to have someone here who can translate for you and understands Elvish.
All right.
And you're sure you don't have any idea of some kind of dark elf that would have a motive for carrying out like a small scale attack or something on Demithras, right?
There's chance. Most dark elves are rather prejudiced against other races. So it could have been an attack for personal gain or to try and send a message, some sort of rebellion. But other than that, I don't really know. What's that insight for?
I'm just inciting him, making sure that he doesn't. He's not lying about not knowing.
Or
Her,
Ulysses?
sorry. Yeah, Ulysses.
Yeah, no, she's not lying. Like, she literally just, she's explaining
I
what
just
she
wanted
would
to
know.
make sure. I believed it, but
Yeah, she's just
I wanna
explaining
use
what she
my
would know.
high insight. For
Mm-hmm.
good.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you've just told them that there's an attack. You haven't told them, like, anything was stolen. So, I don't know. That might make a difference.
I
I
don't
told
remember
them
what was
something was
stolen.
stolen.
It was a rune.
Yeah,
it
I
was.
specifically told them
It wasn't.
something was
It wasn't that kind of rune. It was.
It was your tablet
Durathian.
pieces that you were
stolen. Yeah,
collecting
it
for
was
Volley.
the tablet.
They took the first original piece of the tablet, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So your original piece that you saw got taken, and Volley only has the secondary piece, which you people retrieved.
Mhm.
As well, I
Just
believe
so
the
to make
assailant
it
did try to
copy.
take the crystal, I think?
Boom, got a copy.
Yes. Oh, yeah, so you make the copy appear?
Yep.
Okay.
This is a copy of what was taken.
A copy of... Someone took a stone tablet? A dark elf?
That is what was reported, yes.
That is quite odd. This appears to be a Dorathian tablet?
That is correct.
That is correct.
I don't know why any dark elf would take an interest in this. Most of us have very little interest in that which is not our own culture or that of our sister cultures. We don't really have an interest in anything Dorathian.
Maybe he just took whatever he could before he was fought off by the librarian.
The librarian fought him off?
He
Yeah.
throws a very mean pin.
I don't know what you're talking about. He hasn't hit me yet.
That's odd. Yes, I will. You can obviously look through our records of those who were expelled. Maybe someone will catch your eye. We tend to have the reasons for why they were expelled written down, but as I said, I don't know why any dark elf would try to take a stone tablet like that.
Well, thank you.
And she gets up and she kind of picks up the books and the statues and everything, and hands them to Valra. She kind of she walks to the front of the room, flags down one of the guards, and she kind of gives him a few directions in Elvish to kind of like spread the word, like these specific outsiders, and she gestures to all of you, so that way like he gets a good look at them, all of you, are permitted access like on your current level of the city. So with access to the merchants and all of that sort of thing. and to give all of you some like guest rooms in this particular like castle keep area. So you all will be able to stay here for some time until like the crystal is deciphered and everything. And for the most part, this is where I'm going to end the session. I'm just going to let you guys know that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So next session we will pick up. I will like, I could just, no, I'm going to give you the crystal identification thing next session.
Okay.
So I will say
Are we having another whole travel session where we got to travel back to Demithros?
Perhaps. I don't know.
Okay. Can I assume my stuff has been returned?
Yes, pretty much after she gives the guard that notice, she kind of like, Valra would go off and take the things to the laboratory. Quevin would pretty much say that he needs to help Jasiva get home to let her rest and everything, and he'd like meet you like the next morning to look at the crystal with you. So pretty much just taking the rest of the day to kind of just chill after whatever the fuck that was. So, and then some guards would escort you to the guest rooms, and there would be a room for each of you. Kind of just a basic room, kind of nice looking, better than your average inn room, but like not super fancy.
My character would ask to go to the temple if there was any.
Okay. You'd probably be escorted by a guard, only like one guard, just to kind of make sure nobody attacks you, kind of deal. And would
I would be making small talk with that guy the entire way there about culture, about what's kind of like the norms on different things.
Okay.
And, times to eat, times to sleep, what they're eating, kind of like what going outside is like. Just like the most kind of generic small talk, like somebody who hasn't seen people in a long time kind of small talk.
Yeah, so he'd probably like answer your questions as best he can, as politely as he can, now that he's been told, these people are chill for the moment, just keep an eye on them, make sure they don't do anything bad. So he'd probably politely answer your questions as best he can.
Okay.
So is there any
long rest?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask. Was there any like public library or place of lore?
You could certainly ask about that, and that probably would be part of like the research archives. But there might be a public library as well. But it might be similar.
Or just really anything I can get my way into.
It probably would be similar to the library you found down in the ruins, actually, where it's like this one big kind of like central place of knowledge where there's limited access to normal people. Where those are like the research areas, but then there's also a big public library area. And again, you could probably ask a guard who would probably guide you there, and you could investigate that and to your heart's content. That's probably where Suka and Quevin would both end up the next day as well.
Understandable.
But yes, everyone can have a long rest.
A pet shop or a zoo?
Why?
Because I want to go to it.
There probably is. We will handle most of this stuff next session. I told you guys that you're going. Yes, you're going to have free range of the city. So if you want to do any of this or like roleplay any of this out or buy stuff, we're going to do that next session.
Okay.
So do have that in mind. I'll try my best to manage that and like set this up based on the stuff that I've been given tonight. You can also DM me information like on what you might be looking for in the city.
Can I request that everyone just DM her any buying things that they want to do so we don't have to roleplay because it's really annoying.
Yes.
Role-playing shopping's to...
I just want to make things.
You can do that. Like, so some of the stuff I might want to still do roleplay shopping, probably not, but like obviously with Quevin, with the crystal, potentially it's gonna take a few days, but like when it's like a last day research, that might be roleplay. Just like explaining the crystal properties and that sort of thing.
So the point of the zoo is to see if there's any cool beasts I can transform into.
Any like special dark elf specific beasts that you can turn into.
And if there was a pet shop, I want to buy like a lizard size, like the baby lizard, so he has a friend, like something.
Oh, you're gonna get the tiny lizard a friend?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could find something that small.
Yeah, something that I can carry around on me easily without even noticing.
You should have gotten a second lizard for him.
No, I only want one. I don't want another lizard. I want another small creature. I'm like,
he's not Noah.
Creatures.
What I'm saying is, I don't know if you'll be able to find anything that won't try to eat it because of the size difference.
Okay, that's fine.
So
I've got these Wendigo claws burning a hole in my pocket.
Oh god. Yeah, you'll be able to go to the blacksmith. So if you want to like make something cool at the blacksmith specifically, again, just DM me and I can work it out with you.
You should make spiked gauntlets.
I've got ideas for multiple things.
I do want to tell you guys that the monster you fought was CR-14.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we
could have killed it.
You could have killed it.
We definitely could have killed it.
You
How low the health did we get?
So it has like nearly 300 HP, and you got it down to 100.
Yeah, we could have done it easy.
Probably. It just would have been really hard.
Okay, I didn't want to talk, but I was one hit away from going down.
Well, yeah, but that's
The
fine.
Well, the
entire
thing
time.
is, I still have the healing spirit up, and I was far enough away that I could just keep everyone up with that. I
Yeah,
think.
you could have done it. I wanted to give you guys the same thing with the Wendigo fight, where you all are just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
You
No,
didn't
good
have
fight.
good berry.
I am super in favor of bosses that are actually hard.
Yes,
I
I-
hope it was actually
I
hard.
like that level of boss, and I think you
Yeah,
should do it.
I
again.
would 100% keep it at that exact same level for any other boss.
Okay.
I think the only real complaint I had with that would have been the moment where we were getting away and quote unquote random stuff happened that
No, like-
caused the stun to end early.
Yeah, I'm very confused about that.
Something happened, but none of you had a passive perception high enough to notice something happening.
Not even 22 or whatever.
22.
No.
Huh. Interesting.
This isn't like random chance. This is literally something happened, something hit it and caused damage, but none of you were able to notice it.
I seriously think it's gods interfering with
Yeah,
our
me
stuff.
too.
They dislike us. Well, not all of them, but maybe
Interesting
some
theory.
of them.
But
And, like-
why would
Right.
they
agree
hit
with
us?
I think that would have been the only complaint. And also, I think had I just not had to go into that with no third level spell slots, I definitely think that was doable. I was just definitely at a loss because all I had was 4 first level spell slots and 1 third level
I was
spell
so
slot.
happy
Or
you
one
wasted
second
those
level
spell
spell
slots
slot.
because it was again kind of like the Wendigos where like I had some people already taxed for resources. So I was very happy
Yes.
with it.
I think a well-planned dungeon should be done such that you can't get a long rest before the final boss.
Yeah, this
I
area
don't
I
know.
was letting you get the long rest just because you had to deal with like
Yeah,
the puzzle
I
and
was just a
everything.
little salty because everybody else was basically freshly long rested, and I was completely out of slump.
I mean,
all
you
of the
say that,
information.
but everyone like within the first round also took like 20 damage.
So did I.
Well,
I was
yeah.
on like 1 hit towards death.
I mean, if you
entire
want to
time.
play that game, literally the only useful spells I had for that one was Hypnotic Pattern and Magic Missile.
I did not expect Hypnotic Pattern to win,
Yeah.
but that was what I
Neither
wanted.
did I.
I mean, it was
actually,
pretty much
figured
the
it'd either have,
Dathngar and Bjorn and Suka that did any damage. I
I
didn't
will
do any damage
admit,
to it at all.
as much as I was
mean-
mildly annoyed by the Hypnotic Pattern, I actually was very pleased with that because my intention with this boss was not to give you an experience where it's just I roll to hit. I wanted you to think about this and try to figure out a different alternative from just like I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
But I am barbarian. That is all I do.
I know, but I also did want you to think about it, so that's why pretty
Right.
much
I mean, yeah.
the
But the
crystals
thing
were
was, I had
there
so
to.
many immunities.
I know.
And the 3 spellcasters we had are
I know.
a druid
I don't think that's a.
and a cleric
Well,
and a
yes, but
wizard
I
who
also
focuses on
wanted to
fire
have you
damage.
guys like force
I
you
feel
to
like
play
if-
with spacing.
It was a good fight. I don't
It
know,
was
I
a good
think
fight,
it
you
was
did.
fun.
It was a good fight.
However, I feel like if you're trying to design an encounter that requires out of the box thinking, it has to be more. There's an unusual way that you have to interact with it to accomplish something rather
That is
than
fair. I will
an
admit that I
unusual
did.
thing interacts with you.
I'll admit I did design this thing to not have it just shed crystals and they immediately go boom. It was kind of meant to be more in the middle of the turn order, to let you guys play around with that because I wanted to force you guys to play with positioning, where it's, do I stand up next to it and hit it, or do I take this pretty chunky amount of damage?
But
I
that's
think it
just
would
how
have
the
been neat
rolls
if
worked
the
out. I think
crystals
it's fine.
like fell further from it, but then they actually damaged it, so then we could have like used the crystals to damage itself or something.
That
I
is
don't know.
fair.
That would have
would
been
be
kind of
cool
cool.
too,
It was an
yeah.
idea I had.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. So I did that with the crystals to try and see about forcing you guys to play with thinking about where you're positioning your characters. So that way you can't just stand next to it and keep hitting it. That's where I wanted you people to like be needing to move around this thing, but the turn order fucked me there. And then the other thing about it, what was the other thing about it? That was the changing armor class, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Now, here's an idea that I had for a boss that I haven't had a chance to run yet, and I'm not sure if or when I'll be able to run it. But basically, the idea behind it is, I mean, you could reflavor it to a lot of different things, but basically, there's a necromancer inside this arena. He has the ability to activate a little area on the ground. Does nothing on his turn. However, it has a visual indicator that something is about to happen.
yeah.
On the start of his next turn, there's just an area of effect. Something in that area, something thematic. It could be a necromancer with just like a giant necrotic, or it could be a fire elemental inside or just on a dried lava lake that explodes upward in that area. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be damage.
I'm not gonna talk much about my bosses I've made, but I've made a boss specifically with that kind of thing.
That's cool.
I think it's
But
interesting.
the way I kind of imagine kind of boss fights, I look towards video games a lot more often than not because they have like fun mechanics and things like that. And in this one, like if you wanted to have the things that dropped off and exploded, that's a great idea. But once you notice, oh, it's the last thing in initiative, and they're supposed to go on the start of initiative, just move it somewhere else in the initiative where they explode.
Yeah.
So that way, and then also don't
made
make
it so they explode at the beginning of the turn of the big spooky one.
Yeah, and then or you
just-
could make it to where they explode on impact with something.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, if someone ends their turn within 5 feet of them, they go kaboom.
Yeah, I could have done that. I just wanted it to be like a constant threat where it's like you guys can figure out when they're going to go off. So just make sure you're not in the area of effect when this thing goes off.
And how did you decide where they would land randomly?
Yeah.
Did you just roll a d6 and that's like the space it landed in, or what? How did you decide randomly where it dropped?
I dragged them wildly across the map, and wherever they landed, that was like closest to the monster. So it's like it's fuck. I don't.
That's funny.
So literally, I have them like copy pasted on the side, and I'd like copy them. I'd copy them, drag them someplace on the map, and then like that would determine where the direction of them was, and then I just move them to the 5-foot place next to the monster.
Okay. I mean, if you're gonna say something's random, I think you should actually use
that is
random numbers.
I mean, yes, but
I'm not gonna argue that that's random.
I mean, yes, but I think I wrote it where it just says it lands in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of its location.
Yes.
So
if you're gonna say
makes
that,
sense that the crystal would fall off next to the person that's attacking it.
I didn't intend for that. That was I was just like wildly dragging them, and wherever it was landed direction wise, I'd then drag it to be next to the monster within the 5 feet area.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing is like for example, there were 2 crystals that fell off when near my character when I wasn't even the one being hit, even though you claimed that these things came off when it hit something. So
there's nothing to say that it came off its arm. Like it could have fallen off the back.
That's the thing. It's like it's where it's hitting with. It's just like think about it where it's making an attack and there's an impact on it, like it makes a swing with its tail and it kind of hits with its tail, and that impact goes through the entire body, and whichever scale is loose, that's the one that falls.
Okay.
That's more the way
it just felt like those things were landing so close to me, even though they didn't.
Look, Paul is the one who got.
Paul's the one who got 2 of them at the same time.
Quote unquote random.
Look.
It's just I felt a little weird. I felt a little weird about it being quote unquote random without there actually being random. It was just kind of like you doing it how it felt.
I mean
that's what I'm saying. It's like if you're gonna say random,
have an easy way to.
If it's not random, it's okay.
I didn't have an easy way to do it with random because I'm looking at this thing, and if I did it like for one for each square around it, that would be literally like. It's
a D4 and a D6, or a D4 and
That's
a D8.
a lot of rolling.
It would be a lot.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's something you could set up on the monster though. It ghost rolls a D4 and a D8. And
but then that also means I have to do the calculations 1, 2, 3, 4 as to what translates.
Okay.
That's
okay, Matt, how about this? Let's pretend that it wasn't random and the monster chose it. It's just not very tactical with its choices.
Yeah.
How about that?
If she had said that, or it just says a scale falls off the monster.
That's
what she said.
That's initially what she said.
Yeah.
And then you asked for clarification, and then she didn't know how to, or I don't want to say.
Saying that it's random seems perfectly fine to me. There's no logic behind where it lands, so.
I wasn't trying to have logic with where it
random.
landed.
Yeah, random.
I was just throwing them I was just moving them around the map, man, and then I'd move them to the spot next to the monster depending on where they landed. So wait, you're like looking at the map with the monster, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's.
Oh god, the token layer.
Fine.
So I'd have I have my things here, and I'd like have them off to the side where I'm like copy pasting them. I'd just kind of like grab one, and you can't see this. I'd like spin it around the map on my mouse and then drop it and see it landed there. Drag it like this. So again, it was just me spinning my mouse, spazzing, and then oh look, it's here. That means it gets moved here. that's
That makes sense.
it's not
Anyways,
like
I've got to go, guys.
it's not pure energy,
okay, alright.
but like
Later, Seth.
Yeah.
I suck
No.
with the math element. So literally just having them off to the side, spinning my mouse around as if I'm like spazzing out. It's here. Oh, there it is. Spinning it around the map. Oh, it's here. There it is. So,
See, I would have just made it really obvious that I was just putting them wherever I wanted to.
well, that's because you're a sadistic DM in a way. You're the most like laid back DM and one of the more sadistic DMs. But I'm sorry.
It's not about if it's sadistic. It's about if it's funny. It's
I'm-
about the
About
memes.
sending a
Is
message.
it an epic meme? Yes or no?
I'll
If
admit I'm
yes,
sorry
then
that it
place.
didn't feel like it was fair. That was not my
Would it
intention
be an epic
at
meme
all.
to surround the wizard with bombs? Yes or no?
Cries in 1d6 hit points.
Yes.
Uh,
Now, we didn't get any gold or money from any of that, right?
You didn't get anything from the monster. Well, no, you don't get a level up yet.
Yeah, we didn't get
Yeah,
a
that's
chance
fine.
to loot his pockets for gold.
No.
I'm okay with just like not leveling
I'm
up
in
like
from.
barely at all.
Yeah,
I'm in
Yeah,
I
you
from
don't
didn't-
think we deserved that one.
Ulysses.
No. Yeah, because you didn't even kill it.
If we had killed it, maybe.
Level 5 is like a sweet spot. I like level 5
Yeah,
to like.
I might
level
let you
8
guys
is, like,
go to
the best
level
part
6.
of
Like, if
D&D.
you had killed it, I might have let you go to level 6 and then
I
cut it off
don't
there.
think we should have gotten to level 6
But
even if
no.
we killed it.
That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
because
we
we
hit
leveled
level
up.
5 when we were inside the cave.
Yeah, so
It's been
it
2
probably
sessions.
wouldn't. But also, like, this thing didn't give you any gold because you looted so much of, like, the ruin area and everything.
I meant gold from Ulysses and the Dark Elves.
Oh,
not
no,
it.
she didn't offer you any of that. She's offering you more information rather than gold.
I know.
So,
If I was
yeah.
playing like any of my other characters, I would have asked, but I don't care about money.
I just don't have enough money to do anything.
If you need, guys, I have like 150 gold.
I-
That
I
don't
would
spend
love
at
some
all,
gold.
So just ask for it, like in character, and give him a reason. He'll probably give it to you.
Speaking of gold and the application of gold and how I kind of need it, is it possible that I can negotiate getting some spells, some nice drow spells?
Potentially, yeah. You might be able to.
Yeah.
You might need to, like... It might be something where you could ask about it and they might be kind of hesitant, but if you added something to sweeten the deal, then they might be more willing.
What are the sorts of things that would be considered sweetening the deal for them?
Anything
assume this
relating
doesn't-
to old knowledge of the Dark Elves and their history. Potentially stuff from, maybe if you have anything that's like information or stuff based off of the Hagorelf, the High Elves.
Okay, well, I could
Potentially.
definitely offer some of that. I could recite to them some of what I learned with Taliesin about what we found down there, but I'm not sure if they already know most of that.
I mean, you can always try, and I can get a better answer for you. But I'm sorry the boss didn't feel entirely fair. I didn't think of that.
I think it. Well,
As an
I
encounter,
think it was.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
As something that we were to stand and fight, I don't know. Apparently, we could have won it.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
It's
I
just, like,
thought we
there was
could
no
have.
reason to kill it. Like if we killed it, like I don't
Yes.
think we would.
Had you not charmed it, it would have gone and blocked off the entrance. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Because one of its legendary actions, I will tell you what one of those legendary actions it has were, it could move up to its speed, burrowing, or normal. During this move, it may move through other creatures without provoking attacks of opportunity. Any creatures that it moves through must succeed on a DC 20 Dex saving throw or take 14 2d8 plus 5 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone. And it would have moved that, and its burrowing speed would have been up to 40 feet, so it would have been able to like move there and block you guys off.
I wanted to fight it to the death.
Did you say 14 d8? What did you say?
No. 14 damage or 2d8 plus 5.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I was like, 14 d8.
No, Christ. The highest
Get wrecked,
damage...
scrub.
What is the highest damage that could deal? I think it was 4d8
So-
for the crush thing.
How did you calculate the CR and what was the health again?
279. So...
I always
DC
calculate the
18?
CR using Fantasy Grounds' little calculate CR button.
I did the math and everything with the Dungeon Master's Guide, I think, or with the Monster Guide. I can't remember which one I used for building.
I calculate the CR by not calculating it.
Hang on, I've got my books right here. I just
Yeah, I just say kill it or
300
don't.
health, AC of 19 would have put it at like a CR 18. But Like I'm
Yeah.
looking at CR14 creatures, and all of them have half
but
that health
Or, no, it didn't
with the
break.
same armor class.
But
That one's
the
off.
armor class for this thing was
Um,
less than
Oh boy.
18 for most
I
of it, and then
calculated
it
it
grew.
via the armor
No, it was
class.
18
You know,
for
the
most of
damage
it.
of this monster
Yeah.
isn't too high, but you just straight up can't attack it, LMAO.
The fuck?
Yeah, that would have been like a 17 or 18 CO, based off of like everything else.
Well, it was, and then it had
I
an
pulled
ability.
the attacks from some CR14 monsters that I found that were homebrewed. Multiple different 14 CR monsters, and I referenced in-game who are canon CR14 monsters, and this seemed pretty fair.
Yes, I think it does seem pretty fair.
So, I don't know. I thought that I had balanced it properly.
You did.
I mean, we almost won. We just decided to run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like. It was on. If we didn't have that sword though, with Dathngar doing 50 damage a turn or whatever.
Maybe
Yes.
that's why I gave you
We,
people that
And
sword.
that's what I need.
I
is
feel
need
like the
to
fact
get
that
a
he
magic
critted
sword
twice was
or a
probably
magic weapon.
a bigger swing than just having the sword would have.
Yeah.
He critted twice.
He could
Yeah,
have.
no, he critted twice. We also had basically all of our resources used because we had we